And here we are. Hey, everybody, how are we doing? It's Friday. How crazy is this? Eh? You're probably thinking, Greg, this isn't your usual backdrop. Where are you? Have you been relegated to the kitchen or something like that? Nope, not at all, folks. I'm actually on holiday this week. Hence, I've got this very strange kind of outlook at the moment. I mean, I'm actually in the kitchen of a cottage that I'm staying in on the east coast of England. So I'm kind of, put it this way, folks, if I carried on walking that way, within about 30 seconds, I'd hit the beach. And then if I carried on walking for about another, I don't know, maybe 50 miles, not that I can walk on water, believe me. But anyway, if I got a boat and I went that way for about 50 miles, I'd end up in Brussels. So how cool is that, eh? Another sort of proper mainland Europe. But anyway, but enough of that nonsense anyway, because we're not even mainland Europe. We're a tiny little island. And anyway, and between us, of course, we've got loads and loads of water. And between all around them lovely bit stretches of water, we've got loads of peeps, folks. We've got people in tonight. We've got people in from Ireland. We've got loads of people in from America. We've got oodles of people in from good old blighty England. And we've even got someone in from the Netherlands as well. So this is a truly, and I mean truly, international stream tonight. But we're going to be talking mainly about two things, right, folks? We're going to be talking about the fact that we had this 72-hour stream last week, and you know, it was a fantastic community spirit that ran from Friday morning right through to Sunday, effectively, and even down to Monday in some places, I think it was. And I'm still trying to catch up on all the streams now. And folks, honestly, this was the brainchild of Buttchop 2021. I'm going to have him on in just a ticket. Folks, but anyway, for the time being, we're also going to be talking about a little bit tonight about fairy bricks and what happened to them this week. So we've got this charity in the United Kingdom that effectively their main ethos is to give Lego to kids in hospitals. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful ethos. But anyway, some people took it upon themselves to rob them, which is obviously, you know, it's bang out of order. Stuff like that should never happen. You should never rob from a charity. You should, particularly a Lego charity, folks. So tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about that, raising awareness and trying to get people involved, and maybe if you can make some donations. But anyway, so some people we're going to get on that have been interwoven in all this week is going to be the likes of Cy O'Connor and Solar Brick Builder. And Solar Brick Builder did some stream earlier on this week. He's even done a video as well explaining the ins and outs of fairy bricks and stuff like that. And so I thought, great to have them guys on. They can talk a little bit about it as well, and you know, just raise awareness of what is essentially an absolute essential, fabulous charity, folks. So anyway, links to that charity and the donations are the brainchild of Brick Clicker, who's hopefully going to be out there in the house tonight, folks. And he's created this GoFundMe page, and that GoFundMe page is where you make the donations from. So anyway, if anyone can, just a pound, $1, anything you can afford at all, it will go towards a very good cause. But anyway, I think it's time to lighten it a little bit, because it's all going to be, we're going to be talking about all sorts of things tonight. And don't forget, folks, you boys and girls out there, you are the Lego community. You are effectively, right, what interconnects us all together. So anyway, so I just want to say a big hello to Brick Clicker, who is in the house. Fantastic. Good to have you here, Brick Clicker. Essential for tonight, my good friend. We've got Brixis in the house. We've got Blueberries Lego. We've got A Tease is Life. A Tease for Life. Fabulous to have you here. Of course, your dad's going to be here tonight as well. We've got Brett Spills. We've got Simon Moss. We've got Take Carb Studios. And we've got Commander Delta. That's a fabulous name. I love that. Who else we got out there? We've got Sean's Lego. Who else we got? We've got some others in there. We've got Buttchop in there. He's going to be out in a minute, folks. Don't you worry about that. The brilliant Simon Moss, of course. And, of course, the woodshop teacher. Anyway, I think it's about time to get people on. It feels really odd doing it in here tonight. I even sound different. I'm using a completely different sound system to what I normally use, hence the headphones, folks. Don't worry, I'm not trying to be trendy or anything like that. Actually, if I was going to try and be trendy, I wouldn't have these leads on there. I'm being a bit old school at the moment. But anyway, so it's good to have you here. Anyway, let's start bringing a few people on. So I will start with one of my good friends who actually for the first time streamed only last week as part of the 72-hour community live stream. He's from the Republic of Ireland. How can I put this? He has the voice of Sinead O'Connor, the charm, the debonair of Des O'Connor. But as you know him, folks, he's, of course, Cy O'Connor.
Hey, everyone. Oh, Greg.
Brilliant to have you here, my friend. Lovely to have you on. And I am digging that T-shirt, my friend.
Batman
is awesome. I tell you the weird thing is, folks, I'm drinking tea and it all sounds like very, very soundy. So hopefully I sound all right to everybody out there, because everything I do, I can even hear my eyes move. It's so sensitive, this mic that I'm using. It's bizarre. It really is. But anyway, Cy, great to have you here. You are one of the people that actually kind of raised my awareness to fairy bricks as well. So I'm looking forward to talking a little bit about that with you and all this good stuff, all this streaming good stuff, which of course, folks, is all about you boys and girls out there, aka the Lego community. Anyway, talking of Lego community, should we nip across the pond? I think we shall. I think we've gone from England to Ireland. I think the next stop, really, ideally, the logical next stop will be America. So who should we have on from America then? I tell you what, let's have this guy on. His name is Derek, and he is a top guy. I tell you what, he's a top guy because he is full of humidity, folks. He really is. Do check out his channel. I think he's rather special, especially his vlogs. But what makes him essential for us kind of Lego freaky, crazy folks? He's got a Bricklink store. Anyway, he is, of course, Pop's Block Shop. Hey, Derek, how you doing?
Yay.
Good to have you here, my friend. Great to have you here. Oh, you're on mute.
Thank you.
Here he is.
Yeah, this is only the second time ever doing this, so I got to work things out, you know.
Do you know what? I actually feel this is so strange. I actually feel like a bit of a fish out of water, to be honest, being here. It's more echoey than normal and everything like that, and it's much more spacious, which is quite odd as well. So I'm not quite sure what to look at, what to touch, or what, folks. Anyway, so yeah, Pop's Block Shop. Hope you've had a top week, my friend. I'm looking forward to talking to you and talking to you about your experience, because I think that last week was the first stream you've ever been on as well, wasn't it? Yeah,
definitely. It was. I'm surprised you invited me back, honestly. No.
Oh, mate, yeah, I love your stuff. And honestly, folks, anyone out there, all the people that I've got on this stream tonight, please do check out their channels. They are, honestly, folks, they are top of their game. And I actually love them being here. I really do. I mean, I'm the lucky one, folks. I'm just here, you know, as a medium for you lot out there meeting these brilliant folks here. But anyway, I do think it's time to bring on some other cool folks. So anyway, I think let's jump on a Boeing 747 while we can anyway, and let's jump over. I think let's nip to mainland Europe and visit the Netherlands, folks. And of course, when you look up in the sky, what do you see? Do you see a bird? Do you see a plane? No, of course, at night time you see stars. And this is, of course, the lovable, the infamous SaraStarBricks. Hey, Sarah.
Hi. Hi, Greg. Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone in the chat.
God,
hey, Cy and Derek.
We're traveling at the speed of sound tonight, folks. We're literally going boom, 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 different countries. Loving it. Anyway, so Sarah, great to have you here. That looks pretty impressive what you're building there, might I add. It's fantastic. What's that a base plate for?
It's actually part of the Stranger Things Upside Down. So That's what I've been building recently.
Fantastic. Stranger Things. Brilliant stuff. Great stuff. Right,
I figured I'd actually get some work done tonight on the stream.
Yeah, no, that is very cool indeed. That really is. Okay. Let's get someone else on, because honestly, folks, we've got loads on. I've only got half the people on that's going to be on the panel tonight in. So anyway, let's get going, shall we? So anyway, so this guy, This guy is fresh-faced from America. He is the guru, one of my go-to men for all things Ninjago. He is, of course, Titanium J52.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How you doing, Titanium? You well, my friend?
Yep, I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, you are looking good. And is that a new Ninjago set you've got there, my friend?
Well, it's new to me, but it's very old.
Oh, I'm liking that.
2012 Cole's Tread Assault.
I'm loving that. And does that actually turn upside down as well?
Yes, it does. And a snake disguise.
Impressive. Most
That's
impressive.
the one that you built during your stream, right, Kyle?
Yep, it is.
Yeah, exactly. Very cool.
And it's got the old school Technic missile as well.
Good stuff. Well, I'm liking that. All right, well, hold that thought, my friend, because we've got an absolute bundle of people to get on here tonight. Much more than normal, folks, but that's because obviously the 72-hour stream. So who can I go to next then? I think we will go to someone who, how can I put this? He brings a palette of experience to this stream, folks. He is the artist in the UK. He is the UK's answer to Kevin Hinkle. He is, of course, Matt Elder, aka Family Bricks.
Hey, Greg. Hey, everyone. How are we all going?
Oh,
Yeah, good, my friend. Good. It's great to have you here, Matt. Loving your stuff as always. I think you've done some really good vlogs this week as well, and about going to Legoland, isn't it?
Legoland, yep, that reopened last week, so we went during the week, and it was a bit of a different experience. So, yeah, as you hinted, did a bit of a video, so anyone who's thinking about it can have a look and see what it's like.
It's very interesting, my friend, and definitely I'm going to be picking your brains about that later as well, because I've actually got a vlog coming out. Well, if all goes well, it should be coming out sometime tomorrow morning. Anyway, I've got to get it out before I actually go out exploring East Anglia tomorrow. So I'm kind of where am I at the moment on it? Yeah, I'm just improving the sound on it at the moment. But yeah, I'll get fingers crossed, folks. I'll have my first vlog out tomorrow. But I can see why people find it. There's a lot of editing involved in vlogging. But anyway, enough of me waffling on about that, folks. Anyway, it's great to have you all here. Everybody, God, I'm actually seeing pings of people. Rise of the Brick in the house. We've got Sean's Lego channel. I think I've already said hello to him. We've got the Brick Sloth in the house as well. But anyway, lovely to see Rise of the Brick. So anyway, talking of rising, someone who's absolutely rising and flying to the moon at the moment is a good friend of mine. He's kind of my partner in crime when it comes to London to Manchester. He is, of course, Chris, aka Brick. How you doing, Brick?
Hey guys, how's it going?
hello.
Everyone,
Good, my
Hi,
friend.
Chris.
You look like you're massively building something fast there.
just chilling, chill bills.
Chill Bill, yeah. Chill Bill for about the first 25 minutes, and then when he's done it, he can. I'm loving the SpongeBob as well there, my friend.
Yeah.
The SpongeBob house.
I built another SpongeBob set today. This one, people know in the SpongeBob just died. Yeah, it's a little.
Okay, that's good. And you should motorize that, Chris.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool to motorize that, actually. Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like these SpongeBob sets. I don't know if anyone else has got any of them, but they're pretty cool.
Let us know in the chat, everybody. Let us know what you've been up to this week, what you've been building, and your thoughts on stuff as well. Anyway, who can we go to? Okay, next up, he is the man with the van, of course. He is the man that's built more speed champions this week than probably Fords have actually built motors, I think. Anyway, he is, of course, Solo Brick Builder. How are we doing, Solo?
Yeah, mate, not bad. Not only have you got Batman up there, but you also got the Joker.
Hey.
Yeah. Don't ask me to do his laugh.
I won't, my friend. Why so serious? That's all I can say. Great to have you here, Solo. And
Good to be here.
how's your sticker applications going?
Don't ask. I'm fed up with them.
He's hit that point, folks, where he's probably applied something like 2,500 stickers to his Speed Champions set. So
yeah, I'm currently counting them at the moment, and it's ridiculous.
Good man. But anyway, I tell you a good man as well that we're going to get on, and I'm not actually. I can't actually remember how he asked me to introduce him, except not to really introduce him. But I will say one thing, folks. I will say one thing. If it wasn't for this man, we wouldn't have had a 72-hour live Lego community stream last week. And it's as simple as that, really, to be honest. He's the brainchild behind it. He is, of course, Buckchop 20.
Whoa! Boo! Thanks for having me.
Boo!
It's good to have you.
That guy, get him off the stage.
Yeah, no, it's good to have you here, my friend. And I'm like, what have you got on your table there? That looks pretty exciting.
I started up work on the Outland, Leverticus's Outland base. I'm finishing it up. This is basically the Forbidden Zone, like Planet of the Apes Forbidden Zone, but for Shima. So he has a base out there in the Outland with a lot of like hidden weaponry, opening front gate so he can motorbike out, stuff like that. Rail guns. So I'm just working on that, and just happy that you had asked me to be on. Always a pleasure. And like seriously, your panel is amazing. Can we get it up for the seriously? Everybody that I'm in love with is here. It's almost.
I know. You know, they say that European cars have the best panels. You know, the best shaped panels. But personally, folks, I think this stream has got an exceptionally nice panel. Sorry,
Right.
that's a terrible segue. But that's all I can think
Yeah,
of.
I mean, if I was single, any one of these people would be just fine if I was single.
Yeah, honestly, you will find every single one.
Greg, I'm guessing you haven't chatted up any women in a while, mate. You don't go to someone and go, you've got a lovely panel.
I don't know. I don't know about you, Chris, but I don't have to chat up women.
They chat me up.
That must be a Mancunian thing. But yeah, we.
Mancunian, I'll have you know.
Don't look back in anger. That's all I'll say. So yeah, but anyway, folks, look, we've got absolutely 9. I mean 9. That's the most people you'll ever see on one of my streams, folks. Honestly, they're like crazy frogs. They are, folks. You know, about 10 minutes before we started, everyone was going crazy. It's like trying to get all your ducks in a row. It's impossible. It really is. We've got to go with the flow. But anyway, who we got in the chat anyway? If anyone out there's got any questions, anything like that for us, well, if we can't answer any Lego question under the sun, I don't think we ever will, folks. Because
well, Brett was wondering if Sarah had seen his mosaic. He
I
did a
just wrote
mosaic.
back to him. Haven't seen it yet. I haven't been on the internet all day, so I'm gonna have to look.
God's mosaic. So Brett Fields wants Sarah to check out his God's mosaic. I assume he wants everyone else to look at it too. So.
So check out Brett's builds on Instagram.
Or
I'm
is
gonna
it
look at it as
exclusive?
well.
Brett, is that an exclusive just for Sarah?
It's just for me, you guys. Don't look. It's only for me. For my eyes only.
oh, patrons only, folks.
I heard he's got a lovely train, Sarah.
Yeah, I've got to say, if anyone can hear what sounds like people screaming in the background, it's not my wife watching a movie or anything like that. It's actually seagulls flying over the head. I'm not joking, they're like the size of bald eagles here. They really are. And if you're eating fish and chips, of which I've got to say I've eaten way too many fish and chips portions over the last few days. You can't help yourself because it just smells everywhere. It's lovely. They just go for you, folks. So honestly, it's like a scene of seagulls from that movie, The Birds. It really is.
Yeah, we have that in Green Bay. If you come to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and if you go, actually, Derek was there at Bay Beach. Literally, we have a picnic there every year, and I don't know why. Because the seagulls will fly up to your picnic table and literally take the food from your hand as you're putting it to your mouth. So you have a seagull that's like point blank to your face, and you're scared because they're big, like you said. These are like sea seagulls.
Well, all I can say to that is I hope the police in America have some specially adapted handcuffs, like to put those seagulls in prison or something like that.
I think we should make the seagulls police.
Yeah. Imagine that for a moment, folks. God,
you could bribe them with a chip.
So Sunday lunch would never be the same again.
You could just bribe them with a little bit of food. No, I wasn't eating. Look at this. Look at these French fries. Okay, you're free to go.
Yeah, you're free to go. Move along, and leave some seeds behind. So anyway, who else have we got around here? What's going on? Solo. So tell us a little bit about your week with Speed Champions, my friend, and of course, tell us a little bit about Fairy Bricks, which is of course one of the main things we're kind of streaming for tonight.
Right. I don't recommend anyone build Speed Champions for a week. That's the end of. Don't do it. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. It's just,
man.
Wait, is that
Yeah.
full? Darren, did you do full Snickers on every single one?
oh, I might as well have.
Oh, well, it's not that bad. If you don't
Yeah,
do
I think, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking around. I think, yeah, they are all sticker plated up.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Each and every last one of them. It's basically, I call them Lego stickers with Lego underneath them because
Right.
they are, mate. They're mental.
Stickers with a hint of Lego.
Yeah. I don't recommend doing it all week. I really don't. it's just stupid. And I've got about 20 more down there that I've got to build, which I'm going to leave for another month. But with Fairy Bricks, I think it. Well, after the coronavirus, I think it's actually disgusting that something like this, a charity that was designed to help children for hospices, and also they donated 44,000 Lego sets to the NHS. If you don't know what the NHS is, it's our equivalent, it's the hospital services, all the hardworking men and women out there fighting the coronavirus and that kind of stuff. And they do some amazing stuff all over the UK. And then a couple of days ago, someone decided to break in and nick something like 50,000 sets. And it was just absolutely ridiculous. And what Brickclicker's doing now is an amazing thing. We're all trying to fundraise as much money as possible to send over there. And I appreciate, obviously, it's really hard times, people furlough and all this kind of stuff and losing jobs. But, this company brings such joy for, to so many people that either need it or coming to the end of their time, just bringing a little bit of joy to a little bit of happiness in a world at the moment full of gloom. And then having this happen to them was just absolutely disgusting. And I think whoever done it needs to be shot. I'm not a violent person, but that is, I don't think you could sink any lower than what these guys have done. It's really is horrible. I know obviously it's hard to say to donate money at this possible time, but this charity, really needs it, to be fair. I'm not a begging person, but whatever you got, even if it's £1, $1 or something like that, I'm sure Greg's got the link down below. Just what you can, just whatever you can, because these kids need it. The kids need it at the end of the day. They've barely started off, and if that was my daughter that was in those hospitals or hospital or in the NHS or something like that, as a father, as a mother, you can't sink any lower knowing that your child is in the hospital. And then these guys come around with a Lego set, and they sit with them, they build them, they create stuff, and it's just a little bit of joy. That's all it is, just a little bit of joy. And these people have taken it away to so many people. So
well said, my friend. Well,
whatever you can, but for God's sake, don't put yourself in debt doing it, though.
No, definitely don't do that, folks. This is all about, if you can afford a dollar, £1 or something like that, something tiny, like us all being here tonight. There's 35 of you lovely people out there. We've got Jean Wee in there. We've got Wex Bricks. Wex Bricks, lovely to see you, mate. We've got Studio Brickton as well. I love that name, Brickton. I used to live near somewhere called Beckton back in my old East London days. But yeah, any small amount at all, folks. Anything, it really does all add up. You'll find details of it down in the description below, and we're kind of trying to work it as well tonight. That if anyone makes any donations, then we'll pop it up and we'll say thank you to everybody.
I have heard one brilliant bit of news from Lego that they have actually gone in, because obviously Lego is running out of stuff, as we all know, because obviously, like for America, the Mexico factory shut, but Lego have actually donated, I think, about 10,000 sets to the to Family Bricks. So that, to me, to Lego, that is amazing. Really is amazing. Wow. They didn't have to do it. But they done it. To them, this is just a very small company in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, even Joshua, the boys from over at Beyond the Brick, they've even done an article on this as well, folks. So do check that out. Just do a Google for Beyond the Brick and Fairy Bricks, and you'll see that Joshua that does a really good job of actually even explaining what sets were stolen in particular. So if you come across sets like I think it was like a Overwatch sets and something like Lego Movie 2 sets.
Yeah, there's powerful fields as well. Yeah.
Yeah, if you come across like someone selling like absolutely loads of them very, very cheaply, then please do make Fairy Bricks aware of that. So anyway, so yeah, that's one of the things. If you like I said, folks, if you can even if you can spare just pennies, every little helps. It really does, and we really appreciate it.
Let me put it this way. I'm homeless and I donated 5 pounds. So not 5 pounds of my body weight, 5 British sterling. So, and I live under a bridge, viaduct where the trains cross. I live in the train yard. So, I mean, if you can just, anything will help. I mean, I would also love, besides monetarily supporting this, I wish there was a way to find the culprits and exact justice on them, because they are the lowest of the low in my book. I mean, what next? Stealing milk bottles from babies? You know what I mean? Stealing crutches from a cripple? No, come on, people. That's low. I would never be in such a hard place that I would need to steal from a charity. You know what I mean? I would rather starve than steal from a charity. So, and I know these people, if they broke in, they probably don't need it that badly that they needed to do this. So it's very spiteful and malicious, and it is not something that I want to hear about.
Indeed. And you know what? Even if it wasn't a Lego charity or anything like that, folks, you just don't. One, you don't steal, and secondly, you don't steal from a charity, because if you can steal from a charity, where does that go to after that? You know, you steal from anything. It's just wrong. And you know what? The Lego community can help. Brick Clicker's doing a great job of getting people together. And I'm not the first, folks, and I'm certainly not going to be the last person streaming over the next few days. They're going to be sort of donating around there. So do check out Brick Clicker's channel as well.
Right. Big shout out to Brick Clicker.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Because his details are down in the description below, along with all my good friends here, the panel.
You know how great he is? I don't really know him personally, but I donated, and like minutes after, he sent me a private thank you on Instagram to thank me, and that was above and beyond, good sir. So I appreciate that, Brick Clicker. It shows your passion. It shows that you're doing the right thing and you mean it. And to just reach out and say thanks to me for just a small donation, that means a lot. That means that you care, mate. So I mean. Keep doing what you're doing, Brick Clicker. You're an asset to the community. So,
yeah, definitely an absolute asset. Anyway, I tell you what, a man who is actually full of assets, a man that is Lego assets, goes by the name of Pops Blockshop. Yeah, not you, Si. Hold your horses high.
Sit back, Si.
He's itching to go.
Yeah.
It's like one of those scenes where someone is in front of you and they're waving, and then you feel, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" And then they're waving to someone behind you.
Yeah,
it's one of those situations. Anyway, let's check in. I want to see how Pop's Blockshop, what he's up to, and what's he sorting there, because he's let's face it, folks, he's a brick linker, so he is, as they say, forever sorting.
I parted this out Wednesday night, the Lighthouse of Darkness, 8 of those. So these are the minifigs I have to build.
Oh yeah.
And I saw that Chris just built one. He has another one, he said. So it's funny, he just he did a video on that, and I just did this week.
He built it.
Yeah, I started commenting on that, mate. That was hilarious. I was like, I wish I could afford 20 of them. I bought 2.
Imagine the mock you could build with 20 of them. The lighthouse could be like almost life size.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm just adding the parts.
You're doing it backwards there. Eric, you build 20 of them together into one lighthouse, not take them apart.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I just parted out 9 of these Batman sets too that I had
Oh,
for
nice.
quite a while.
What Batman set's that from? Because I thought that looks like the Batman from Apocalypseburg or something like that, isn't it?
It came in a set with a metal Captain Metalbeard in it.
Yeah, and it came with another guy, another Apocalypseburg citizen. His name escapes me, but I actually really like
Maddox.
Maddox. Yeah, I really like that figure. He's very Mad Max-ish, and his name is Maddox. That was a low end set. So, but I'm sure that Batman figure will only go up in value through time.
Yeah, that I just parted out all the Maddoxes because this is the second time I parted this set out, and I still have Maddox for sale, but the Batman sold within a few weeks.
Right, they're not going to have the passion I have for Maddox. I like those obscure. I like the obscure characters, but yeah, the kids go wild for Batman. So
yeah, nice.
But yeah, I'm not into Americans, but I love you, Derek. You're one of my favorites.
Thank you.
I just got to solve a question that's going on the chat with J Studio to say, why don't they just claim it back on their insurance? Yeah. Charities cannot claim stuff back on insurance because stuff comes in, stuff comes out. A lot of it's second hand. They don't have that kind of insurance like in the regular shop. They don't have it.
They're a non-profit, so they don't inventory their stuff because it's not technically what do you say, asset, like liquid assets that like a company would have, where they inventory their stock and then you insure it. They're a charity. They're hoping that someone nice donates and then they donate it to kids in need or people in need. They don't have it. It's not set up like that. It's non-profit. They're not making money for profit. It's all going back into the charity. So it's not like insurance companies I don't think they have charity insurance. They should.
They should. I totally agree. They should, but no, unfortunately,
no. I don't think insurance companies are into charity.
Even if they could claim, that means for at least a couple, maybe even 3 months at least, you're going to have kids that aren't going to have any kind of Lego, and they're not going to be able to do the great things that this charity actually does. So by us doing this, J Studios, what you're getting, they're going to be getting more sets much more quicker than going through what is. If anyone's ever claimed insurance, J Studios, I don't know if you've ever claimed an insurance policy in your life. I'd be surprised, but what I would say is that there is a lot of bureaucracy around claiming insurance, and when you first do it for the first time, you'll realise why people like us will actually go out and dig deep into our pockets and give some money, and so that people that need it, nurses on the front line, all these sort of things, all these that make life for kids, for families, that little bit better, and brighten up their day, as Fairy Books puts it. It just helps things along a lot quicker.
Let me say, Greg's 3-month estimate is on the positive looking end. Usually it's a rigmarole for as long as they can, because insurance is good on paper, but in real life they'll take your payments, but when you need their help, they make you wait quite a ways, and they try to investigate and try to contend it, because they like to receive the payments but not give them out. They're not good at writing checks.
I believe this is the second time they've been robbed, so I think this is actually the second time that this has happened to them.
I think this is the biggest one that's happened to them now as well. Yeah. From what I understand,
yeah,
it's like this is actually the worst one.
Insurance, but yeah, it's like you say, it's the rigmarole that goes with it and the stress, and like I say, children don't really care about insurance and what I'm claiming. They just want pets,
Yeah.
Are you saying that children don't buy insurance?
No, not in the UK.
Not in this country.
I hope in nowhere. That's disgusting. You shouldn't have to buy insurance as an adult, let alone a little kid in the hospital. So, but yeah, you said this has happened before.
Yeah, it's happened to
me before. I wish we could take some of this monies and invest in a security system.
I know. Yeah.
To make sure that their property is like. I mean, I want guard dogs that shoot bees out of their mouth when they bark. I want gun turrets, tripwire. This is ridiculous.
I used to have a bulldog that constantly looked like he was chewing on a wasp. He had a red old face on him. He did.
He looked disgruntled all day.
He did. Bulldogs look disgruntled. They're born disgruntled.
Right. Yeah. No, it's a terrible thing. So hopefully we can make a difference.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, folks. You know, I mean, you look at all the years where there's been famines and stuff like that, or there's some things in life that are just never going to, stop and stuff like that. And everyone does their bit to help everyone out, and that's what being human is all about. Right. So on this EJ Studios, I know you're young, so I've been slightly facetious, but what I will say to you is just ask your parents tonight. Just say to them when you go down and you see them, just say to them, what's it like making a claim against an insurance company? And they will, at the very least, sigh when they give you an answer to that.
Or either flip out.
I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to change the subject, actually. Can we talk about something a little more pleasant, please?
Yes, I reckon. Let's talk about. I nearly broke into a very bad 80s song then, and that would be completely inappropriate. Let's talk about Sai. And Sai, I actually watched a video of yours today that was longer than 2 minutes. This would be doing a Sai O'Connor version of a Lego haul.
That's like a full-length movie for Sai.
If I'd known it was that long, I would have got myself some popcorn.
Right. Strap in. Sai's making 3-minute videos, people.
Well, I was wrecked afterwards. My hands were bleeding from editing.
You had to take a nap, and Lorraine had an ice pack on your forehead.
Took more than 30 seconds to upload to YouTube.
Yeah, so what was that like? What was that like, getting used to actually the upload time? Did you think, oh my God, if anyone does like a 10-minute movie,
just panicking, it won't upload. It's too big of a file.
Yeah,
it's gone stuck.
We went off and we had a look around in Smith's, and they've got all of the new Lego sets out, and it was just really cool to see everything there, because I mean, especially for us in Europe, and a lot of us on around now, like Sarah and myself and Chris, we're all kind of new. We're only around about 3 months, and we're able to grow so much because of all the new sets that are coming, and the American people unfortunately don't have them, so it's great for us, brilliant for us. So but Lego Haul was brilliant. Went off, and it was a bit scary because we haven't been out that much and stuff, but got some good stuff. It's obviously last week's haul because I built. Okay, Darren, be quiet. I tried to build them over the weekend.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
I want to see Sai do a Technics set or something like that.
It took him 4 streams to build an ice cream van. So.
And I thought it started Friday. Darren says you start on a Wednesday. I was like, Wednesday? I thought it started Friday, but yeah, it took ages.
I'm surprised I didn't.
Do you think that live streaming for so long during the 72-hour stream helped you to want to make over 2-minute video?
No.
Did that give you the confidence that you could be on camera longer than 2 minutes?
Oh, do you know what? It's just I could. I talk so much that end up being half-hour videos, and then it'd be like, oh, click away. But it's fun. I mean, I could talk for ages. It's over, but Greg could kick my arse.
I want to hear everything you say.
I can waffle. God, I did a Lego haul this week, folks. Honestly, I only did 5 things or 6 things, I think it was, and it lasts like nearly half an hour longer. I just get. I don't know. It's just me talking to myself or talking to the camera. I don't know, but I'm honestly, folks, I really do try and condense it and make it as short as I can. But it's I don't know. Maybe I just like talking a lot to all you good, lovely people out there, I suppose. Who else can we pick on? Who else? There was someone else I wanted to see. Someone I wanted to speak to. Who was it? Well, Chris looks like he's in. Chris, what are you actually building tonight?
I am building just the A-wing, little one.
Ah, the A-wing, the Resistance A-wing. Okay, that features in my vlog coming out tomorrow, folks. That does the Resistance A-wing.
Is that Resistance A-wing?
The Resistance A-wing. Is it only because it happens to be so? last week I went for a trip to London, folks. Not that's a big thing for me. I trip there every day, but I popped over to the Lego store in Leicester Square just to get an understand the experience of actually still being there and using it. And I've got to say, folks, I still really enjoyed it. I really did. But the weird thing was, so I bought my first modular whilst I was there, and with that, so strangely enough, I got 4 gift with purchases with it as well. So I talked about them. So it's a bit of it is a vlog. It's just me doing a voiceover on bits and pieces, and then at the end of it, for about 5 minutes or so, I kind of do like a Lego haul, really talking about why I got what I got and how I got it and what do I think of it, all that kind of stuff. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, really, to be honest. But anyway, that should be out tomorrow. So yeah.
Did you not to make spoilers, but did you get all the gift with purchases? Because were you name dropping people? Were you like, I know, I'm kind of a big deal in the community, and
I was in there. I said for a start, I said just between you and me, Mr. Lego associate person. I know Buckshot 2021, and they're like,
"Oh yeah, that won't help you." Then they have you physically removed from the store.
Just by me saying that, right? I've got 200 extra VIP points on my card.
Oh, whatever. I'm surprised they didn't have you physically remove security.
And I said, if I don't get double points for buying this assembly square, I'm going to tell Matt Elder, and Matt Elder who's going to write a vlog on this as well.
I bet we all know what Sty done. Oh yeah, my name's Cy O'Connor. I've done a stream with the M&R production as well. Can I have some free stuff, please?
Oh yeah. Yeah, your little car.
That's when the employee looks at you and goes, "Who Productions?
Who?
Yeah.
I mean, I've met him twice in real life. I've never gotten a deal on Lego for it. So he harasses me at conventions. So he runs up and hot chop, and I'm like, "Go away, please go away." And Kevin Hinkle's laughing. Kevin Hinkle knows that because M&R with his entourage coming up, and it's like, "Come on. I'm trying to have a nice convention," and he knows he's like, "I'm gonna go bother Butt Shop." And Kevin Hinkle's laughing. Kevin's getting a kick out of it.
No, it's cool. Anyway, let's bring back to the UK, folks, and let's pop in and see what Mr. Elder's up to there. He looks like he's doing a set that he bought on July the 4th.
Ooh.
Yeah, doing the little Statue of Liberty. This is actually the first brickheads that I've built.
Really?
So, yeah, I like getting all the Statue of Liberty sets. So this is one of them, and then I'm also going to build. There's a custom pedestal that you can do for it. So hopefully get to that a little bit later, and pretty soon actually, because this is almost done.
Cool. Is the pedestal like the whole island, or just the thing that she stands on?
This one is just the one that she stands on. Like, I do have the other architecture set, and I've got all the bits to do the actual full pedestal on that one as well. Just once I get around to it.
Yeah, the island isn't too terribly big, so if you get advantageous, you could also do an island for the brickhead one, because that would be a smaller scale.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that, and it's certainly like what you say, it's the smaller scale. So, it's just I think I've had this. Well, I've had this one since it came out, and then the other ones I think are getting on about a year. And it's like, I need to get around to actually building those. So,
are you going to get the Monkey King one, Matt?
Good shout.
There's a Monkey King one? I haven't seen that.
There's a Monkey King one coming out. Are you going to get that one, Matt?
Well, if there is, definitely will. So,
August 1st. It is a Lego exclusive.
Is that an online thing or in store?
It's just a Lego store exclusive, I believe. I don't know.
I think the whole of the Monkey Kid stuff is a Lego store exclusive.
Yeah.
If it's August 1st, or if it's August 1st for you guys, it'll be next year for the US people. But Matt, you need this guy for your Statue of Liberty. We have given you the Statue of Liberty.
Connoisseur.
Enjoy the statue.
Je m'appelle Butchup.
And it won't focus because you put me on the big screen, of course.
You look like you're doing a very good impression of Superman flying through the air there, mate.
There, yeah.
He does a lot more impressions too. Don't get him started.
There he is.
He looks very French, actually. What set's he from, Butchup?
He is a collectible minifigure, and he comes with a French bulldog and a baguette.
Ah, a French. There we go.
Oh, there he is.
I like his little tash under his chin.
That's you. I usually have him driving forklift because I've never seen a guy with a driving forklift.
Here you go.
With a
He's in series 17. I got my laminated sheets out for you.
Derek's got us. Break out the binder. Yeah, he comes with an exclusive bulldog. So if you're into bulldogs, Greg, you may want to search that one out. And
I thought that was you there, Buckshot. I was going to say, I remember Derek showing us a load of these off to him. The laminated.
I have them, but I don't have laminated. I haven't reached Derek's level. I haven't ascended to the lamination process.
I did a video on how to do it.
The lamination. You sound like this. Is that what Boba Fett said to Darth? What Darth Vader said to Boba Fett?
No lamination.
Laminations.
There'll be no lamination. I want him alive. No laminations.
Yeah.
And Boba Fett's like, oh, that's all I do is laminate.
So someone just asked, any idea when Pop's Block Shop is on? Yeah, he's on, mate. He's already on.
Yeah, he's right there, up there.
There he is.
There we go.
Well, it's a hand of his anyway. It is a hand.
How can you miss him? He's probably one of the most handsome Americans ever. Normally Americans do not look as high class as Pop's Block Shop. Derek is he's a looker, people. There's
He works out.
Your name might indicate I'm older than I am. I don't know.
For the eyes.
He's the only bloke I know in Lego that actually works out. He goes running. The last thing I run was a bath, I think. So that's why he's.
So funny. I've met Derek in real life twice, and the first time I didn't know what he looked like. I had seen his videos, and at that time he had not shown himself. Ooh, that's cool. Is that the Toy Story one?
No, it's an old SpongeBob one.
Do it again. Let's see that action. He's a right wind up, that Chris.
Nice.
I saw you got a SpongeBob set on Instagram.
Yes.
Your Amazon/internet haul. I see everything you do, Brick and Brick. I met Derek. I didn't know what he looked like, and I saw him. I was expecting like this horribly disfigured monstrosity, I was figuring something straight out of like 60s Star Trek.
He's very good at CGI.
Here's this stunning, glowing man, with this perfect,
come on.
5 o'clock.
He's actually starting to blush. Look, he's going all red.
He's been talking to BFAB because BFAB does the same thing. He keeps going on telling Steph that she needs to buy me more Lego or I'll go missing.
No, I'm talking about Derek right now.
Oh, it's all right now.
Oh, you're vicariously blushing. I was talking about Pop's Block Shop. I met him when I met him in real life. I had no idea, and he just a gorgeous hot beefcake of a guy. So.
Take care, Sean. Good to have you here, mate. Thanks for popping by. And
bye, Sean.
Derek, if you're still out there,
Sean.
But if you want to see me and Derek together, he has a channel, video on his. He has a channel on his video, and I have a video on my channel of the first time I met him, and then I went to visit him again at a sale at a bowling alley in the back room of a bowling alley. Very black market Lego. Yeah, black market Lego. You had to know the secret knot to get in and stuff. And it was crazy. But he has a video on his channel of me going through his bulk, picking out water plates for water mopping. So check that out.
Your sewage plant.
If you watch the video, you'll get the joke I just said.
Oh, good man. Liking it. What have we got going on here? I just want to say thank you to Sai and more precisely, actually, the O'Connor family. Actually, because I think there's every single one of them, his son, his daughter, his wife Lorraine, they're all kind of watching this tonight. So it kind of makes it a bit of a family stream / show, I suppose. So it's lovely to have you all here. It really is.
Shall we respect your grandparents and other relatives from other parts of the band start jumping in? We got the O'Connor's family tree.
I've just had word officially Hidden Side has ended.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Wait, who said that?
It's just something that someone messaged me just on Instagram.
Oh, that's nice, man.
Who?
Looks like it's been.
Everyone get down there, get your Hidden Side sets now.
When you think of the money that Lego's invested into digitalizing those Lego sets, I mean, God, that's a lot of money down the pan, surely, or maybe they've just broke even.
I don't know.
I just bought $1,700 worth of Hidden Side sets 2 days ago.
You know, you should hold. If the theme is ended, Garrett, it wouldn't be uncouth of you to keep some of those sealed in box, because when the 3-year, the 4-wave 3-year themes go out, there's a ton of people who regret missing out on a few sets, and they go up exponentially sealed. Look at Monster Fighters.
Yeah.
If you look at Monster Fighters, people regretted not buying the entire waves. They didn't know it was going to be gone because we didn't have the knowledge, the inside knowledge of how long themes stick around back then. So people are kicking themselves, and those sets went skyrocket on the secondary market. And so the same could happen if, say, there's a guy who's got the majority of Hidden Side. Those sets are out of the stores and retired. They're going to be wanting to complete their collections. So they're not going to want to part it together. Some of those box sets could fetch you a pretty good price if you can find.
Did you know they're on clearance now at Walmart? Did you know that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got the, for my birthday, the community gave me the Lighthouse. They gave me the high school. And both of those were on deep clearance. I was glad. They sent me they sent me 3 sets for my birthday.
Nice. The new ones are
very angry.
On clearance now.
What's everyone's favorite Hidden Side set then? If they could only choose one from the 3-wave, which would it be?
Let's start at the top. Sai, you go first.
I really like the little boat. The
shrimp boat.
Yeah, I really like that. Like, it's a small one, but like again for cities and stuff, it's like a small, cool little boat. But I have a thing for lighthouses. I really like lighthouses. I've got the Scooby Doo one. I've got the old city one from about 3 or 4 years ago, and so those 2 for me, I think, really, and the school bus. I like the school bus as well.
Yeah,
that's a very good show. That is. How about you, Pops Block? You're probably going to say any of the cheap ones, won't you?
Yeah, no. Well, I parted out the high school 5 of those, and then I just did 8 of these. So I really can only. And actually, we did when it first came out. I did build the shrimp boat, but I'd say the Lighthouse has the most unique, cool pieces. If I had to pick one.
What's the highest part out, Derek?
I don't know.
Well, what? Okay, edit that out. Edit that out where he said I don't know.
I tell you what, I personally, if there was one Hidden Side set, I think he's going to be my favorite Hidden Side set. Yet I haven't actually purchased it, and that's the castle that's just come out. I think that's a cracker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I was going to say that too.
Yeah, that's going to be one of my favorites for sure. Saya, would you ever think of getting that one?
Oh, I'm going to get the whole entire series. Yeah, definitely. Because like Butchop was saying, I missed out on a few of the Monster Fighters. I missed out on the Brides, and I missed out on the house. But I have everything else.
Yeah. Well, just the 2 really expensive ones, side. The Brides is like $400. No, the house is like $600 sealed, and the Brides is like $200 sealed because it was a PRU exclusive.
Yeah, so there weren't many made.
Okay, Sarah, what do you reckon of Hidden Side, and what's your favorite Hidden Side set?
Yeah, I have like all the Hidden Side sets except for a few of the new ones, and I'm gonna say my favorites are definitely the high school, the paranormal bus, and the also haven't built it yet, but also that castle. I love that castle.
Yeah, that mine's good. Yeah, that is a good set, actually, folks. That for use based here in the UK, Argos occasionally sell that for about £70, which is an absolute stonking price. That is. How about you, Titanium? Have you ever gone? How can I put this? Have you ever gone to the Hidden Side?
No, I haven't. I haven't bought any Hidden Side sets. but I'm thinking about that castle. I really like that castle.
I think you're on the ball there, my friend. Definitely, I'm considering just buying it and maybe just putting it away to one day maybe sell it off, make a little bit of money on it, or maybe or I'll just build it or something like that. Maybe it's going to be good for a city of some sort. So yeah, maybe.
And I have to go as well.
Okay, mate.
So
Titanium.
got some appointments to go to.
Before you go, Titanium, what have you got there? Because you've got some beautiful looking Ninjago sets lined up there. What did you line up for us?
I have the 4 elemental vehicles here, the original ones from 2012. This is what we call a flex.
That is a flex in more ways than one, folks. That is rather good, and that is also the shortest explanation you've ever given to us for a Ninjago. So you must be in a rush. It is a rush. Titanium, have you got anything coming up on your channel soon, my friend?
I'm working on a review of the Destiny's Bounty. Other than that, nothing else.
Okay, good stuff, my friend. Anyway, it's been good hanging out with you. Lovely to see you, and we will see you next time we see you, my friend. Hopefully, get some content on your channel, and we'll look out for that review coming soon. All right, take care, my friend. Good to see you.
Good to see you, mate.
Bye,
Good to see you.
See you later.
See ya.
And that, folks, was Titanium J52. Do check out his channel. He does some good stuff.
That was historic.
That was.
You asked him about Ninjago, and it was it was a sentence fragment of an explanation. You will never see that again, folks. Mark your calendars. He actually had appointments to go to.
Somebody get the timestamp for Doc so they can put it in the virtual news.
Don't ask me to spell it, folks, but that was a phenomenon.
That was incredible. You'll never see that again. So write that down. Somebody put that in the notes for the next meeting.
Fax it out to me. So who else we got around here? Matt, you actually look like you've actually built something. As opposed to, you're going to draw it before the night's out?
Probably not, because I want to go through and build the base for this one. So it's just I just wanted to actually build some Lego for a change. So the backlog's starting to increase a little bit too much. So and part of that, just feeding back into what you were saying about the hidden side sets, the theme never particularly appealed to me, largely because if it ever gets discontinued, which it sounds like it is, the app gets discontinued, and how much of the play value goes away. But having said that, obviously in the last little bit, some of those sets have been up 50% off, and it's like just been picking a few up because even just the parts value of that. I'll go through and have a look at it as well. But no, I think I saw somebody's review. It may have even been Cut the Craggles on the bus. So if that comes up, it's sort of like, try to grab that.
Yeah. No, that's
Matt, I love you, but the Play app, I've heard pretty hot and cold reviews. A lot of people our age say it doesn't add that much to the sets themselves, and I think you should be careful, because these are the themes, these little annual themes that are only around once and then they're gone, are the ones that people end up kicking themselves in the butt for not picking up later on. So don't try to not judge the book by the cover, because I've had this happen to me with themes that go away, and I'm just like, I could have easily bought this off of retail, and now if I want to finish it, I'm paying 2 to 3 times the price the set was on the shelf. So never dismiss something at first.
I totally get what you're saying. I generally don't.
Just want to say sorry. We just had a donation from Mrs. LBB. So I guess that's your mission.
That is it.
Thank you very much, Mrs. LBB, for your donation.
Thank you, Mrs. LBB, aka the wife.
She's on holiday. She's donating on holiday, people.
She is. Hard stone.
I thought you were going to say AKA the boss then, Greg.
That's it. She's very kind, my wife, donating the housekeeping. She's very fortunate there, folks. But no, thank you so much, Gemma. Really appreciate that. She's tuned in, folks. in between watching Hamilton as well. I don't know if anyone's been watching that on Disney Plus, but which is a good show actually. I saw it last year in London. Very good show, but it's on Disney Plus, and for some reason I just wanted to watch it again. We put it on last night, and it's like nearly just under 3 hours long, and I was like, ooh, okay, I'll watch about an hour of it, and then I've got some YouTube-y things I've got to do. But yeah, it's a good show if anyone wants to see something.
Oh, I love that one too. I saw it in Chicago live, and it was so good. So I'm really excited to watch the one on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Is that a historical-based musical, I assume?
What one's that?
Is that a historical-based musical?
I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's for American history too, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. We have a rich and vibrant history.
Well, you guys do, but I got to say, Butch, the funniest thing about the whole of that that musical is the King. He's hilarious on it. Like the English King, he's as funny as anything on there. He really is. Is that, talking of Hidden Side? Is that the? Oh, actually, I was going to say, that looks like a combination of things you got there, Butch.
This is when your lighthouse doesn't work well. So you get this guy safely into shore, and as you can tell, the light wasn't working upstairs, so he's up here now, and hopefully his lights work better for the next ship. So the shrimp boat has become the lighthouse. I just stuck it on there for fun.
I like it. Light the heat. Very cool.
Yeah, the lighthouse is a cool set. I like it, and I'm going to finish it off.
That does look good.
Because they released a 3-in-1 creator a few years back that has a bunch of these panels, because it's a space shuttle, like a NASA space shuttle, and the satellite bay opens up with these parts. So I'm going to use those parts to do the backside of the hidden side. But speaking of favorite sets, from the ones I've built, my favorite's got to be, I don't know, it's a tough one, but I know which one will be my favorite, and that is the castle.
Yeah.
I have almost all of them. I'm missing the bus, the monster truck, and I think, is there like a haunted carnival or something?
Oh yeah, the haunted carnival. Yeah, because that only won, actually it was only this year that Hidden Side won best toy of the year, didn't it?
Yes.
Oh, right, that doesn't really mean much then, does it?
Well, right, and that's actually, it's funny because if you look at, what was I just looking at? It was an older Lego item that didn't sell well, and it won an award. Look at this guy pouring while looking backwards. He is a maverick. Wow. So hit the glass, and he wasn't even looking at it.
that boy's got some skills. Just
Timestamp.
Is that orange juice?
Yeah, orange juice. Yeah, no, pineapple juice. Slightly fizzy.
Yeah, I can't say a favorite, but I do like the graveyard, the lighthouse, any of the structures. I really like the structures. The high school, that's got to have an amazing part out because of the windows and all that dark red. There's some amazing parts in that, on all those archways. There's 3 of those pre-built archway. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't have it right here to show you. But those are really great. They look like gazebo archways. You know what a gazebo is?
Yeah, I know what a gazebo is.
It's fun to say, isn't it? Gazebo. But it has a great part out value at high school. So
very cool.
It starts out for about $240.
Wow. Yep. And
so if you're buying it at retail, it's not a good investment.
Well, that's on average too, right?
Yeah. Yep. I got them for $75 each, 5 of them. So
that's a great part.
It was definitely worth it.
Yeah, that is a good part. Part E, that is. So Darren, what do you think of Hidden Side being no more?
I'm really disappointed. I'm generally really disappointed.
I actually heard that before too, but I don't know.
I mean, if I wasn't too much of a big Star Wars collector, I probably would have bought all the Hidden Side sets. I've got the paranormal bus. I want to build that, and I've got the castle. Thanks, Brett's build for that one, because he kept showing it off, and it's really tempting to buy because it does look really cool. So I've got that over there in the backlog. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that they're getting rid of it, but Lego's got their reasons, I guess. I guess it just didn't do as well as they hoped it would, which I think is a crying shame, because I think it's really nice. You build it, then you got your phone, you take out and you can play with it as well as actually play with the features that's on it. It's a bit of a shame. But.
Well, I think there's a little misconception. Sometimes with these themes, it's pre-planned how long it's going to exist, whether it does well or not. So
yeah.
They could have sold really well, and Lego.
I think their box art, because obviously they went for that very artistic looking box art, but it doesn't really show you really what it is on the front of the box. It's just you got the cards. Yeah, it's
the worst Lego box art I've ever seen.
The interesting thing I mentioned earlier, he was on about how obviously the app will be unsupported now, and that'll lose some of these sets kind of playability. But actually, I think it's more important for something like the new Mario sets, because if that app got unsupported, that thing's basically bricked. Whereas obviously the inside, there's still good Lego sets, but the Mario one relies on the entire gameplay to work. So I can be interested if that goes in a couple of years, whether they will support
the Mario is too dependent on the gimmick, whereas inside, you still have a really, really nice non-licensed theme that can be integrated into your Lego city. Also has great parts for mock building. It has really cool figures. You can't deny some of the figures, whether they're haunted or normal. You get the Gordon's Fisherman. Yes, right there. Size got it. Thank you, Cy, for backing me up. You get some great figs with brand new colors on their torsos and hats, brand new hat parts, brand new haunted parts. Like, they are a parts pack for any mocker. And also, I was just thinking, like Derek said, the part out isn't great on the school. The school is going to be one of those that's going to be worth more in the box.
Yeah.
After it retires. That's one of the.
Derek, you have like 6 of those green, the fisherman there, don't you? He's an awesome character. The one from the light.
I'm just now putting one on Bricklink.
Yeah, he's an amazing minifig. I absolutely love him. And that diver that comes from that set as well. The diver's really cool as well.
I love the diver. It reminds me of a Scooby-Doo character, the diver does.
Yeah, there's such cool characters in the set.
Yeah, sand green.
The sand green one. Yeah, he's so cool.
He's got a beard. I mean, come on, people.
His hidden side beard looks awesome as well. It's got like the swooping. I think I've got it over here somewhere, like the swooping.
I think hidden sides, their sets are full of character. I love them. I think they're brilliant. But
it is a great non-licensed theme. I think it's a non-licensed theme that I think should have rivaled licensed themes. Look at this, a lumberjack ghost.
I think
he's a good ghost actually.
I think all Lego need to do is just change their box art so it looks like something a bit nicer, and I reckon it would have done a damn sight better than what it did.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't like the box. You can't tell.
Marketing wise, like, okay, I can look past it as an AFOL, but mom and dad at the store buying for their kids look at it and go, "What is this? I don't get this. I don't understand this. What am I buying for my kid?" And that's what Lego needs to look at. The mom and dad, the consumer going, "What am I buying for my child? I don't know what this is."
Yeah, you're exactly right there. But because obviously, because I mean, my Lego shop, they've got it. There's your Star Wars section, and right slap bang in the middle of it, there's hidden size, and then you got Ninjago like as far as your eye can see. And then, like, I mean, now you got Monkey Kid. That's followed up by a TV show. Yeah, it's never going to win. They just didn't market it that well.
It wasn't supposed to stay around. So,
I think you're right.
One thing with these themes like this, sometimes the last wave, they don't produce as many sets. So, if you're wanting anything in this last wave of Hidden Side, do not say, "Oh, I'm going to wait it out." Don't be afraid to pay retail, because like the castle, I'm going to pay retail because I'm not taking the chance of there being not as many produced, and then it hits clearance and gets scooped up, and then I don't get one. And I'm not paying $400 for the castle, but I have to have the castle, or I probably...
Yeah, I pay retail for my one. I just got my own retail. I was like, it looks good. So...
Oh, if you like Harry Potter, if you like classic Lego Castle, if you like Monster Fighters, that castle is like spot on for any fan of the fantasy type Lego themes. I mean, even if you're a Potter fan, you could easily mock that into a imagined Potter mock. Potter mock. Get out your gazebos because we're gonna do Potter mocks. I'm sorry, I'll be quiet. You go ahead.
Is in chat.
I ruined it.
Robin Hole's in the house first.
Robin. Sorry, what was that, Derek? Did I interrupt you? Derek?
Okay.
And Robin Hull is in the chat, the king of Fabiland.
Just slap me if I interrupt you.
Virtual slapped. Bad butt job.
Well, I'm gonna head out, guys. So, got some stuff to do, and
it was nice meeting you.
Yeah,
he's just heard of a cheap load of hidden side sets going up on the market.
Yeah.
Look at those sparkling eyes.
He's
Look at his
in
eyes.
the-
Look. His eyes are going ka-ching, 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 part out, part out.
Yeah. He's going to resteal all the sets he just parted out because
yeah. Well, I actually went down to Appleton and cleared out a Walmart there the other day, so I was gonna stop by.
the one by the mall?
Calumet?
That's mine. That's the one by my house.
I know.
He'll send them cheap to you, bunch up.
I mean, my address. You were literally like 5 minutes from my house.
I know. I was gonna send you a message, but
oh, Gary.
Yeah, only after you
there's a couple more. There's like 5 more within 20 miles that you can go to.
Thanks, Derek. You're looking out, bro.
I'm saving them for you.
No, I don't even go look for clearance anymore. I shouldn't be looking.
Who said Americans always stick together, eh? Cool, I don't know.
No, Americans are divided. Americans are very divided.
Look, Derek, great to have you here, mate. Pops
you.
Block Shop, you are always invited on here, my friend. It's great to have you on here. You're looking very well, and take care, parting out all those lovely hidden side Lego sets, my friend.
Check out his Bricklink store. It's got some good stuff.
Absolutely, 100%. Do that, folks. Especially if you're based in the beautiful US of A.
All right. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Yeah, take care,
Hi,
mate.
Derek. Nice to meet you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I like
and
Robin
that-
Hall's response.
Robin Hall, what did he say?
Yeah. Maybe they're dropping hidden sides for the new Fabiland reboots. Maybe.
Yeah,
not.
maybe.
One of the biggest problems with the hidden side stuff is that I thought, just personally, how it was all set out was that it would be more expensive because it's got an app to go with it. So I thought you were paying for the app, and I didn't want the app. And then when you look at the parts per piece, it's actually pretty good. So, but yeah, to me, I just automatically assumed I've got to pay for the app, therefore it's going to be more expensive. So, yeah.
I've got a couple of expenses. I mean, how much would their look into my eyes, Chris? Look into my eyes. How much would they have spent, do you reckon, on development for that?
I don't know. I don't even know if it's a third party that's designed the app. I'm not sure because usually they're done by third party people. But yeah, I reckon quite a lot. I mean, it's very clever. It uses I think the technology is the same that's in Mario because it's using the color technology. So maybe it's been used for that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe they've just kind of thought, well, you know what, we'll kill off hidden side. Chances are Nintendo's going to do particularly well for them. I mean, so here in the UK, they all these sets hit the shelves on August the 1st, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So here's the thing, folks. What sets are we going to buy? Because I'm quite up for buying in the morning that it comes out, because I'm only about 20 minutes from Blue Water, as is, I believe, Matt as well, grabbing the Nintendo console and doing a bit of a live stream on that one. But who else is going to get on day one some Lego sets? Chris, I'm sure you must be thinking about getting some.
Can I say bye to Bricksloth?
What's
Yeah,
that?
Bye, Bricksloth. Thanks for tuning in.
Bricksloth's going back to my chair build because now I'm obsessing about it. Yeah, take care, Bricksloth. Great to have you here, my friend. Thank you so much. And I believe
Bricksloth is looking for cheap Islander figures from the Pirates Islander theme. He must be working on a mock for the Islanders, so that's cool. Anyway, sorry. Go back to your.
Yeah. So yeah, what guys and girls out there? What are we thinking of buying on August 1st? Chris, come on, you let's see.
I'm buying the entire wave of Mario.
Fantastic.
Ooh.
That is an investment and a half. I hope you. What batteries does it come with? Because I'd suggest getting rechargeable ones potentially.
AAA, I believe, but it doesn't matter. I'm an absolute massive Mario fan, so I'm just going to get it.
You've always been a Mario fan since you was a kid, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Huge. So yeah, as soon as I saw that NES, I was like, take my money now, right now.
I guarantee after your purchase, you're going to turn into an Italian plumber. Like you see him in blue overalls with a mustache.
I think because I know I think you'll probably do some streams or do something, won't it? But I reckon you should do some of your Mario reviews dressed as Mario, Chris. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, no, I'm all right, thank you. But
You can afford to lose some subs, can't we?
yeah, as soon as I get it, I'm going to be doing that NES like I did the Haunted House, where I just stream until it's built. So
yeah,
it's a really cool set. I mean, just the nostalgia alone on that set is just incredible.
So let me just pencil that in, completing it by September the 25th, because he does like to milk his sets out, folks, when he's building.
Says the bloke who doesn't have now, mate.
I knew that one to wind him up. Look at that hook, line, and sinker.
We'll see who finishes it first. Put it that way.
Woo! No, so this is
any of you besides Bricking It gonna do the Mario?
Oh, he loves his Mario.
Yeah, is anyone else doing it? Anyone else want to?
Who else is doing Mario on August the 1st? How about you, Matt? Are you're only down the road from Blue Water?
No, not for. I mean, it's an interesting set, but it's not a day one purchase for me. And
come on, Matt! Think of all those techniques that he's got. All those techniques that. Hey, actually, Matt. Here's the thing. I remember when we first did a stream together, months and months and months ago. You showed me something that was a Lego ideas set from you. Doesn't this set employ a similar thing?
Yeah. It's when I saw it was scarily the same. I think I've just got it here.
Yeah. Right, you're going to have to really show us this set, because I'm not joking, folks. When I saw it, I thought, I'm sure Matt Elder's done something like this. No, it's nothing to do with Nintendo, but it is very, very cool.
They did the Nintendo idea set, and it got they weren't allowed to do it, and it's like literally the same set as well. So, yeah,
well, this idea set is just begging to be made over as a Nintendo, like do a Nintendo. He's doing it. Matt's is great because he can sell it as the generic, box, and you make your own scenes, so it doesn't have to be licensed. Therefore, you can do your own Star Wars one, like Matt did. You can do your own Mario one. You can do your own Chimo one. You can do your own Fabu Land one. And Matt set it up just as the base point, the mechanism. I know I diverted a ton of people over to Matt's ideas page so they can make sure and vote on that one. Just an amazing thing just for the use of the dots bracelet in a non-conventional way. That is ingenious.
Yeah, so it's pretty much an identical sort of thing. It's when I looked at it, is exactly 16 of these things high, which is what I've done. The length of it's a bit longer, and everything else. So yeah, certainly I asked a few people how long that possibly would have been in development, and it's the sort of thing where it's most likely that two ideas just happening in parallel.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't have the motor just handy here plugged in, but I might try to do that a bit later on.
Well, you also do have videos on your channel of this thing in full bore operation if you want to see the grandeur.
Yeah, and he's brilliant, folks. He really is. I mean,
check it out. If you haven't, I really don't want to talk to you until you've gone and seen this creation of Matt Elder. It's one of the best ideas sets to come out in a while. That actually is like begging for modification, customization, and just sheer mad. It's a madhouse. I love it.
Thanks for that, Chuck. No, I appreciate it.
I'm going to say hi to Robin Hall. He's got some duties that needs to be attended to.
See that, mate.
I know your pain all too well, my friend.
Yeah, take care, Robin. Good to see you virtually, my friend. And give it a few months, folks, and we'll have to do some serious meetups in London, because I've met Robin, and he's a nice chap, and he really does. Strangely, as scary as it sounds, he really does look like in Siegfried. The man pouch that he has. It's scary. I was in the Lego. This is a true story first. I'm in the Lego store, and he messages me, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm outside." And I said, "Well, how do I know who you are?" And he says, "I look like my Siegfried." So I went outside. I'm looking around Leicester Square. There's like billions of people around. I thought, that looks like Robin Hull's Siegfried, and it true to nature, it was actually Robin Hull.
Awesome. Could I just say something quick, because someone special has popped in the chat? and I just want to make sure that the acknowledgement is there just for the sheer OG like Lego YouTube community. Like she's been here for a long time, well before me, and she is the founder. She's the founder of the stream that we had last weekend. She started it about 5 years ago or 6 as a 24-hour Lego community stream. Haley Bricks is in the chat. Haley Bricks is the one who was the first to organize this community stream as a community, bond or a commingler, to commingle the community and have fun. It went to 48 hours. I think they skipped a year, maybe after the 24, and then did 48, then 72, which was the first time that I was there, and that hooked me in. Like I was fish out of water, and hooked me in, and now here we are. And I was asking her last night, I was hanging out with her privately, and I said, Haley, what did you think of this year's 72 compared to the year before? And granted, she was at more of the streams this year than she was last year, but she said this was her favorite. This was the best one yet this year, guys. So the founder of the event, who passed the torch on to Butt Shop and trusted someone like me, because she said I'm done with it, because with the 72-hour it is like herding cats. Like Greg, you think you thought it was tough to get 9 A-falls in here? Try getting a 72 hours worth of A-falls wrangled into 10. Yeah, she said she couldn't do it. I took the reins. Last year I was literally stress headaches, a lot of urination. It was awful. But this year it was very easy to. You guys made it super easy for me to do it this year, and I think it was our best year yet. So please don't thank me. You can make sure Haley gets her nod for starting this thing, because we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have done it last weekend if she had not thought of a community Lego YouTube stream. But the real heroes, and I want everyone to be sure to know this, are the hosts of the slots, the panelists that join the host, and most of all, everybody in every single one of those chats that was in the chat, talking to new people, seeing new A-falls on their channels, subscribing, just really backing each other up. There was any hiccups, even without me being around while I was sleeping. Haley said there was almost a hiccup, and everyone in the chat was ready to do whatever it took to make sure the stream carried on. Like, oh, you're having technical difficulties starting up? We will start one right now to make sure there's no gap in the stream. Like, everybody had each other's backs. No one had to say a word. It was naturally occurring Lego love across the board with people who just met, people who've known each other. It was amazing. We had a huge range of old school A-falls, brand new A-falls, everything in between, all over the globe. And seriously, it was heartwarming. It was a beautiful thing. So, I mean, we're going to go next. Hopefully we can do this again next year, right? And the only thing I ask is we need the people, the heroes. We need the panelists. We need the chatters. We need the hosts. Next year we'll do it again, and maybe we can do better than this one. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, I personally, I love it. On a personal note, the very first time one of the first people I ever saw live streaming was actually you, Buckshot. And I thought, my God, this is...
Sorry about that.
I thought, my God, this guy is so funny. And then I started watching a few other people, and then I started watching Greg from GJ Bricks down in Australia. And I thought, oh, God, yeah, I'd love to have some of this. Anyway, so he invited me on last year, folks, and that's how I got into streaming. I think I had something like 25 subs then, and it boosted me up to about 35 or something like that. And that was it. And I probably didn't stream for quite some time later. But it was that what was the spark that kind of inspired me to do more live streaming and stuff like that, and kind of get into some sort of slot somewhere where I can do it quite regularly. But it was Greg from GJ Bricks that got me into it, and the shame is because he's in such a crazy time zone at the moment, it's really difficult to ever do anything with him. But I'll always have a fondness for his channel, and I love watching his stuff anyway, especially when regards to trains and Lego cities and stuff like that. He does some really, really cool stuff. But talking of really, really cool stuff, I want to have a look at what Matt's doing over here, because unless his fingers are going 2 to the dozen, it looks like he's plugged it into some sort of motorization.
Very loud.
It is a little bit loud. It sounds like someone's doing some sewing, but it's all right though. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I'll turn it off in a sec. It's
really not loud. It's not loud.
yes, the elastics.
Margate, Matt. It looks like a scene from Margate. The water gashed up on the coastline.
Yeah, it's the actual Japanese print. So it was then interesting to see obviously the Andy Warhol sort of things as well pop up recently for Lego, and that sort of mosaics and everything like that. So I'll just stop that there. But just show that one. Then I can swap this piece out, and I'll pull over the Star Wars one in a minute. And it's that whole idea of modularity. But yeah, it's certainly looking at that Nintendo one, and then the way that they've done this sort of thing here is actually really quite clever as well. The only downside, or the only thing with theirs, is that you can't extend it. Like this one, I can extend mine up and down. So if you wanted to have this higher or shorter, it's really easy to do. But yeah, no, I think with these things, anything which brings more ideas into it or different ways of doing it, because I was certainly picking apart how they're getting the Mario to move up and down, which seems to be really simple and a really good idea, because I've certainly got dozens of ideas of these of how to do things, and now that I've seen that, it's like actually that solves another problem which I was having to wrestle with.
Yeah. Matt, can you do us a favor? Actually, could you drop into the chat the link to your Lego ideas set?
I'll probably have to do it into the private chat, because it doesn't work properly unless you've made me a mod or something.
Oh, well, write something in the chat now, and I'll make you a mod. I'll just try to
Mods
find
and
rockers, mate. Mods and rockers.
What is it called? Because I'm almost to it on Lego Ideas right now, Matt.
Lego Scenario.
Okay. So I'll have the link quick. 1 second. Here it is. First one to come up because it's the best one. So I'll give you the link, Greg, and then you can post it in the Shazat. Okay.
Yeah, man.
And then I have to go to the loo.
Yeah. Can you go and spend a penny?
I'm going to go to the loo.
It's going
for
myself.
Okay, so that's it. I mean,
on that bombshell.
only 192 supporters on something that easily is one of the most innovative systems I've seen. I mean, the guy's not only an artist but a brilliant engineer. So give some love to Matt Elder. I'm coming over to your house, and it won't be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
We're not gonna play.
Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
We're not coming over. I'm not coming over to play. Playtime's over. If you don't vote on this idea set, you probably voted on lots of idea sets that probably weren't very good. This is an actual spot on genius, stroke of genius. Let's get this thing
done. Pop something in the chat so I can make you.
Oh, and Matt, if you could, send the check to. Can you send the check right to my credit union? I'm just kidding, but I'll be right
back. Will do. You weren't meant to say anything.
I only endorse things I believe in. I would never take a penny for endorsements, because if I don't believe in it, I will not back it. So if you hear me tell you someone's channel is good, it's only because I think that there's never anything else. So I love Matt, and he's a great guy. So
he is.
Just going back to Brick Fairies, I mean, Brick Clinic has just put out a progress report on how much he's raised. £336 has been raised so far. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So thank you to everyone out there doing that. Sending your money over. Brilliant.
That is amazing, folks. So don't forget, folks, this is all about community. That's all my stream. It's a very simple thing. My Friday stream is. It's a bit of a celebration on it being Friday, because let's face it, folks, no matter what you're doing at the moment in life, there is nothing quite like that Friday feeling. And I'm on holiday, and I love the Friday feeling, believe me. And it's all about community. We are all part of the community. This panel here, this brilliant panel, we're all part of the community. But the most important thing, is, of course, everyone that's out there watching this tonight. You guys will, even if you're watching this in 2 or 3 weeks' time or something like that, you too are part of the community. And tonight, of course, down in the description below, you'll find details of how to make a small donation to our good folks over at Fairy Bricks, who, of course, bring lots of love, much needed love and attention to kids that are in hospital. And having this week been burgled for the pretty much the big sum of £500,000 worth of Lego, we're doing our bit as a Lego community, which is the brainchild of Big Figure, of course, to to try and get some donations in and get some love going for over there to raise some money for them and get some kids to have some enjoyment whilst they're over there in hospital. So who haven't we spoken to for a little while, folks? I think we should pop over to the Netherlands, and maybe if we're lucky, we might even see a certain cat who goes by the capital name, shall we say, of Paris. But how are you doing over there, Sarah? How's things where you are?
Yeah, I'm actually just putting on a sticker, so heavy in concentration sticker mode.
Fantastic.
And I'm doing.
That's a good sticker as well. That lights up, doesn't it?
What's that?
It lights up, doesn't it?
No. I mean, in the show it does. There are Christmas lights in the show, but this does not light up. I'm not sure if the set actually lights up though, because I thought I saw
it does, Sarah. It does. Yeah, it's got a light up brick that'll go behind that, so the letters light up. Well, it's got a little light that shines down to it. Yeah.
You guys know more about it than I do then, because I had no idea.
Well, I only know that because I dug the box out a couple of days ago after watching you build it yesterday. I was like, I really got to get that out because that is a set I want to build, and I need to dig it out. So so the idea is I remember that.
Cool, man. I'm liking that. And tell me a little bit about that owl that you've got over there. Is that some sort of biscuit tin or a?
It is, yes. It's a cookie jar. It's one of those things where if you tell somebody that you love owls or that your favorite animal is owls, for many Christmases and birthdays in a row, everybody will buy you something with an owl. So my sister lovingly gave me plates, a cookie jar, apron, everything owl you can think of, and I still have this really cute cookie jar. So I brought it with me from the US. Couldn't get rid of it. It's cute. And now I don't know, I set it on the table one day when I was cleaning and it looked cute in the streams, so I figured, hey, I'll just leave it out here.
I think it was pretty cool. I like it. It's
cheerful.
He's got slightly hypnotic eyes, may I just say.
Yes, they're peering into you guys' soul.
I'm pretty transparent as he is, which is surprising considering the amount of fish and chips I've eaten this week, folks. Believe me. But yeah, no, please do check out Matt Elder's Lego ideas set. Come on, let's get it to £10,000, and we could all be a part of something special in the Lego community. Okay, so who else we've got going on out there? Let's have a look. Mrs. Brickin is saying, I added a tip to cover the running costs for the site and the card charges so that the charity gets my full donation. Thank you so much there, Mrs. Brickin. That's very kind of you to have donated to what is a fabulous cause. And folks, it's something that obviously is close to all our Lego hearts. It really, really is. How's things going with you over there, Darren? You look like you're taking it a bit easy tonight. Not really building much. What's going on?
No, I'm not building much because literally probably about 5 minutes before the stream started, I quite literally just finished work. So I am just relaxing at the moment. As normal, I do have a set here sitting next to me. Needs to be built, but no, I'm relaxing, chilling out, and just enjoying myself today. Unless you actually want me to build something, I'll build something. But yeah, I've been on the road. Yeah, I think I was on the road this morning about 4 o'clock this morning, and then I'm walking through the door at 7. Yeah, I think I pulled up on my driveway about 7:15, and then raced upstairs, quickly get changed, and then slide in front of the chair here. It's a long day, so yeah, I'm just relaxing, chilling out, and enjoying myself. It's great.
Yeah, it's nice. Well, anyway, mate, it's good to have you here. It's all quite a relaxing sort of stream. I've actually brought an emergency set just to build. But here's a thing, folks, for everyone out there watching. So I popped into W.H. Smith today. Don't go in there very often, but they're a good source of magazines. And I picked this up, Lego City. Now, everyone knows I like a magazine. I got this one. Now check out what comes with this, folks. We get for a mere £4.99, we get a shark. Look at that. Ooh. So I thought that was pretty good. So I got it just for that. But the cool thing is, I was sort of thinking, well, now I've got it, should I do a review on it as well? Because I've also got a review. Someone asked me to do a review for a special edition of the Jurassic Park magazine that came out as well. But would anyone be interested in Lego City? Is that a thing? Is there any sort of characters in that?
Oh yeah, I think so. I think so, Greg. I think there's always got a big thing for any kind of Lego magazine, all magazines in general. I think that's.
I might do it. Well, not many people seem to do too many. I know you do the odd magazine as well, Si, and you do. You've got very different formats of doing it than I have. I mean, I just open it and say what I see. If I'm honest. But that shark, I mean, for £4.99, that's not bad going, is it, for a shark?
Really good value, and the camera is hard to find as well. That green camera.
Is it? Yes. I mean, that's pretty. I mean, Chris, you're you know a few bits and pieces about Lego minifigures. I mean, I know you're collecting every single one that's ever been made in the universe. Do check out your videos for that, folks. Honestly. But that's not bad, is it? And let's see if it comes with a poster. I do love a poster, folks. Oh yeah, it does actually. Ooh, quite a scary one. You know what we got here? We've got shark. That's half the shark one. Ooh, that's pretty cool, isn't it? And look at that. Check this one out. Look at that. Look.
That's a really good poster.
That's really nice. That's a really nice one. That is.
I like that. So watch this space, folks. I might do that. I guess the way it goes at the moment, I could probably do a magazine a week or something like that. But that is a lot of reading, honestly. But anyway, so Si, what have you built this week then? What's going on with you? You're seemingly inspired by the Batman tonight. So are you doing anything sort of Batman related? Because in my new video that's coming out tomorrow, that's if I get it finished anyway, I talk a little bit about the new Batman set that's coming out, the mobile Batcave. So are you building any Batman sets? Do you like Batman sets? What's your thing on that site?
I do. I really like the Batman sets, but I haven't gotten any of the last few because I've been concentrating on kind of the newer kind of hidden side and getting all those kind of things. But I am reviewing all of the sets that I bought and built in that haul, and the older Batman sets I'm going to collect because they're going to be going soon, and the new ones I'm going to be getting, especially that truck because it's awesome. And and the Batcave as well. I think that's going to go, so I'm going to get that, the one with Clayface in it.
Yeah, I got that from Debenhams for £60.
Yeah. Yes, it's a good set. I don't have any of the Batcaves, so I think I need one. And it's probably not the best one either, but still.
When did you get it? When did you get that one, Chris? Was that a recent purchase?
When Debenhams went into administration, they were selling their Lego sets for really cheap. So it was like 40% off.
Really good.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's got some nice bits in it, and it's got like a buildable Clayface as well. I think it's called Clayface Attacks or something.
Attack? Yeah, Clayface Attack. That's what it's called. Do you know which one you can still get? I think Smith still sell them. Darren, you'll probably know this more than anyone here. At least I'm sure last time I went in Smith's or Smythe's, whatever they're called, did it. And it's almost like the 1960s version of the Batcave.
Yeah, Smith seems to hold on to some very old sets sometimes. Yeah, I think Smith's. I think almost every Smith store I think you can walk into, and they generally have some pretty unique sets in there. That I remember watching a Lego Legend video a little while ago, and it's like, my God, they had a set in there, and it was retired almost like 10 years ago, and they still had it in there. I was like, wow, yeah. So yeah, you really got to keep an eye on Smith toys. They do. Hold some stock back sometimes.
I absolutely love stores that hold on to old stock and keep it on the shelves. And then you find those places and you're like, oh my gosh, I found it. Because, the big stores, the big corporate stores, they clearance it out. That's their policy. But the smaller stores, they'll hold on to it, and they'll.
Oh no, Smith Toys here. They're a big toy shop over here in the UK. They are massive. But yeah, they are massive. But they seem to just hold on to stuff. They hold on to stock.
That's what
I walked into one a week or two ago, and they had the Lego movie, that Fist one, whatever it was. I can't. They had that for sale there, and they're trying to get rid of it for £60. And it's like, yes, hello, because I've seen that, on the secondary market now. That's touching like 200.
Yeah. Well, I had something quite interesting, very, very interesting happen to me today. So, as you know, I mean, I was over at Legoland.
Put it in your vlog.
But no, unfortunately, I can't. I'm not allowed to, unfortunately, because I had to sign a waiver to go in. I wasn't really supposed. I can't record anything, so I wasn't allowed to do that. So I went to Legoland Windsor today, and but not the fun, exciting part. I went to the jury warehouse side of things, because that's unfortunately the only part I'm allowed to go into. And but back then they've got
get to work with any real life minifigures.
Unfortunately not, no. No. Oh well, I see what you mean. Yeah, I did. Yeah, they weren't particularly the most friendly of minifigures, I must admit. Yeah, they were something like that. Yeah, very miserable. Yes, over there. Yeah, all right, thanks, mate. So they've got stock in there that is almost 40 years old. What? From the shop. What? Yeah. So what I was speaking to the lovely young lady there, she was very nice. And she was telling me, like, from the Lego shop that they have inside the parks, when Lego say that it's discontinued off the website, they have to pull it off the shelves from the shop. I was like, yeah, but you still got stuff in there that Lego have discontinued ages ago. Yeah, but then we class this as park exclusives. But like the hidden size sets, as soon as that's discontinued, they pull it. They put it in their warehouse, they box it up, put it in the warehouse, bosh in the back there, and they will never sell it. I don't know what they do with it, but I tell you what, I've never seen anything like it. Honest to God, it was massive, just wall-to-wall old Lego sets going back 40 years. It was insane, absolutely insane. Yeah, I mean, you're walking around, like, talk about the Monster Fighter sets. They're there. They've actually got I think there's about 4 massive cardboard boxes just kind of stacked up. And you can see what they are because they've written on the side of the boxes what they were. And it's like, what are you doing with them? I mean, they're all hermetically sealed and all that kind of stuff. But it's unbelievable. It really is.
There's other warehouses with backstock like that. Discontinued new old stock.
Yeah, I'd imagine quite a lot of Legoland places, because they've got, I mean, you think about the sheer square footage of every theme park that they've got. They obviously to equal that out to hold their stock and old stock as well. They just they got an area as big as the park just filled up with.
The older the park, the older the sets.
Exactly.
And, they used to do something. The Lego group. If you talk to Kevin Hinkle, they used to have on the East Coast a Lego employee store just for the Lego employees. And it was like stuff marked way down, all the discontinued, retired stuff, and the stuff in there he said was crazy. You could find like really high dollar secondary market sets and like bargain basement clearance. Actually, this set, no, not this one. Yeah, maybe this one. I have a set from there, from the employee store that I bought from Reed, Hope Castle. When he was an employee, he got a bunch of sets from there. And the price on it, I think this is it. If not, if there's one with another. So this was a Kingdom set, and I bought this from Reed, and it was at the employee store.
Oh wow! She did mention stuff about the employee store. And I said, well, why don't you still do that?
I thought I had one with a cheaper price tag than that. Even it was a little set, but it was marked down for the employee store on the East Coast.
Nice.
And I can't imagine if I was an employee, I would be in there. I would move next door to the store. I mean, because the prices are like beyond 80% off.
I know one of the reasons why is they're not allowed to get rid of a lot of sets because, I mean, I don't know whether you heard of them, Buttshot, but here in the UK, we have a corporation called Merlin, and they own all the theme parks from in the UK. They own them all, and I think it was last year or the year.
Too. The U.S. Merlin owned all the Discovery Centers, all the theme parks, Legoland theme parks. Actually, the Lego group, not the actual owner in Billund bought Merlin. When they bought Bricklink, they bought Merlin and Bricklink. So it's
they didn't buy Merlin. They bought the Lego side of things. They didn't buy Merlin.
I thought they bought out Merlin completely.
Far as I'm aware of, they didn't, and I think that was half the battle why these sets are still stuck in there, because I think they still belong to Merlin. And obviously, Lego can't sell them on. There's a lot of politics
so
that I imagine goes on.
I need to go get a job with Merlin ASAP.
You need to go get a job with Lego, mate. Legoland, and just get one in warehousing and just like slip a couple in your boot.
No, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything illicit. I want to get in bed with Merlin and see if I can legitimately get those sets. I don't want to have to do anything.
You could try. You could try, but I think your best bet is get quite high up in the Lego theme park area, and then you could be able to distribute those sets in the background there.
So you're saying there's no chance?
I'm looking at it at the moment.
That's going to happen for everybody. So I guess dream big and dream small.
I mean, that's interesting what you're saying with that, Solo, because that was the thing I found frustrating being in the Lego shop at Legoland the other day, was that they had all the old sets on display, like built up with sale prices on them, like as if you could buy them, and you'd ask for them and they go, oh, walk out the back and go, oh no, sorry, it's out of stock. And it's like, you've got like the Saturn V, you've got Ninjago Docks, Ninjago City, like all these big sets that that they're discontinued, and it's just like, either take them away or take the signs down pretending that you're selling them.
Oh, was it like a display model or just the sign saying that it was available?
The sign saying it was available, because you got like all the case in there, and it's mixed in with some which you can buy, like the Taj Mahal and the 600-pound Millennium Falcon and things like that. Like it's all there on display as if they're all for sale.
I think that's the thing, Matt. I think they probably are in stock because they've got their own stock warehouse as well at the back of the shop for the store. They're probably just like, well, what's ever out back there, you've got to shift that. We won't restock that until like the end of the week or something like that, because I would imagine that is still in stock, because otherwise you are legally allowed, especially in the UK, if it's out of stock or discontinued from the shop and they're still showing it on the shelf, like all built up, you are allowed to say, can I buy that? And they can't deny you from having that. Because just tell them, I say, yeah, you can, but obviously you've got to be aware it's not probably got a box. It probably hasn't got instructions, but you can have the set.
Said Billund.
Sorry.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. I'll have to.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times the boxes and that I don't care about, and the instructions you can always get digitally, but
because it all comes down to the UK trading standard laws and all that kind of stuff. If it's on the shelf, you're allowed to buy it. But that's where the internet becomes a bit dicey, because obviously they can still keep things on there which is out of stock, which is really annoying. Smith's is a big grind on that one.
Did Matt say he was in Billund when he saw this?
No, that was the Legoland in the UK.
Oh, get back over there. You tell him Butt Chop says.
Yeah, it's the same one that Solo was at today. I was just at the customer side of things, and Solo was somewhere else.
Yeah, he gets the enjoyment side. I'm at the dirty, grimy part of it. Yeah.
Lusting over 40 years of sets.
Oh God, yeah, and no one's allowed to touch it. I'll tell you what, I'm just looking at it. I was like, I was, because the warehouse I was in, and right next door to it was also the other warehouse I had to go sort out a truck in there as well. And I'm looking at it, and they had, I think it was 22 boxes filled up with this summer's waves of all the August waves of all the new Star Wars sets come out. So they're there, they are in the warehouse, they are ready to go, ready to be put on the shelf. But because they're not allowed to put them out there, they're sitting there. I was like, and I could just see the 501st battle pack just kind of sitting there like, I want it.
Wow. Anyway, what did you have to do there anyway, Darren? What was your thing?
I was there looking after. I was doing a bit of engineering on one of the fork trucks that they got there. For the last year and a half, they done, because fork trucks work in hours instead of miles and kilometers and all that kind of stuff. So for the last year and a half, it done 1 hour. Right. And I went there to do a major service on it. I was like, yeah, there's not a lot of point in doing that. I'll kick a tire. There you go. There's your ticket. I'm out of it.
1 hour is nothing.
There's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. You consider theme parks, they run, despite that the actual forecourt itself is closed, there's everything going on in the background. The staff has got to get stock out ready for tomorrow and all that kind of stuff. For a fork truck to do 1 hour, it's absolutely nothing. I was really surprised by that. Really surprised. But unfortunately,
In a 12-hour shift on my propane clamp, I would do some days on a 12-hour shift, 11 hours.
Yeah.
Running.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, easy. 11 hours in one day.
I mean, because I go to a lot of food warehouses, and obviously, because of the pandemic, a lot of the warehouses now obviously had to up their game because people thought that buying toilet roll would save the world or something like. God knows why they bought that toilet roll. So obviously these guys are now having to rush around working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, trying to make sure the supermarket's all filled up. And a lot of these trucks, when I serviced them, they only had like 8,000 hours on them. I've had them for a couple of years, 8,000 hours. I'm going back there now and they've done 27,000 hours. They've doubled it, or if not tripled it, within a space of 6 months.
Those machines at 10,000 miles, a lot of times major stuff starts needing to be replaced at not 10,000 miles, 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
10,000 hours, usually it's not just an oil change and polish the fender. It's you need to start changing stuff up. So
and when you're doing it in the baking heat, it's not fun. It's really not fun. Or whether it's hammering it down with rain, which
I
is more often the
had that hazmat guy. I wish I had the hazmat. And look at Matt's thing go, the Death Star trench assault.
Oh, Bricking It loves a little. He loves a little flex. Oh, look at, he's got his extra now.
This is a major flex because this is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Star Wars fans up there right now are losing it.
Yeah. Is that a random Batman up there? Or was that actual Vader up the top there?
That was Vader, man.
No, it is Batman up there fighting Luke Skywalker.
It makes more sense than any of the Disney movies.
It is.
Well, that is true.
Because Batman was Luke Skywalker's cousin.
I would accept that as canon over anything Disney's done. So, Batman and Luke, and Batman like, I am your second cousin's brother's roommate twice removed.
I haven't touched this in a month or two, so I think one of the kids have gotten Vader and he's walked off somewhere, so I was just quickly grabbing whatever I could. But
your webcam's so good though, we can tell the difference.
Yeah, when it's black on black like that.
All right, well, I'm just too much of a nerd when it comes to it.
Well, they're both technically anti-heroes, because if you look at the original Vader story or character arc in the original trilogy, he did end up going back to the light at the end. So Batman is also an anti-hero. Sometimes he does things that are morally wrong in order to stop evil. So you can look at them.
But Batman's supposedly not supposed to kill though. From where Vader, he wouldn't give a crap.
You want to tell Ben Affleck that?
Yeah, you can tell Ben Affleck that after he brutally slaughtered.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. I mean, this is what I want to shout out to every Batman fan out there. Batman has killed before. That was back in his old comic book days. He used to murder people, and even in the Batman's 86 one, he killed loads of people. He burnt someone alive.
Right, that's right. He wasn't in the golden age of comics. He was an anti-hero. He did what it took to get the job done.
Yeah,
and collateral damage and casualties aside, but as far as the modern Batman, having Affleck gun down a bunch of guys who, probably have families and stuff for no reason, when he didn't have to kill all those guys in that movie, and that was completely like, wow, that was unnecessary. But Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
It's since Frank Miller's Batman that he started killing the Dark Knight. That's
But I mean, the part where I think it's a bunch of thugs, and he could easily have avoided them and not had to shoot them all with a gun, and that does not really add to the character or add to the story. So basically, it was cold blooded. Like, okay, Batman.
I could see where they're kind of going for it, because it's also like Brittany was just said, because they kind of amalgamated from the Frank Miller's kind of obviously he's down, he's grimy, he's fed up with fighting crime, he's branding them, he's branding them, he's sending them to their death.
Right. I love Frank Miller is my favorite. Those are my favorite graphic novels. I love Frank Miller, but I don't think Ben Affleck portrays Frank Miller's Batman in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, he sure as hell bolts him up. So he bolts himself up quite nicely, though. He's trying.
I think he had some good shoulder pads in that one, mate. I've got to be honest.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But I mean, he was looking pretty damn fit though when he was pulling those tires along. I was like, damn.
Frank Miller, he was aging a little, and he was kind of like he was in a low point of like his career and morale, and he was second guessing. He was second guessing the whole decision to be Batman, and it was kind of that character arc really added to it because you felt for him. Like he was like, I've done all this as Batman. Gotham doesn't care about me. I risked my life day in and day out. Nobody respects me. I'm not a hero. I'm looked at, but Frank Miller's really good at the underbelly, the seedy side of the world, like the urban, like back alley type, dangerous thing, which I don't think they really did in that movie with Ben Affleck. I mean, it was a Hollywood movie. It did not give the same feeling as Frank Miller. I can see what you're saying though. They were going.
I think if they done what the Marvel did with the DC with their kind of thing, and kind of like stretched it out a bit better, I think then going into that one you might have had a bit more sympathy for Batman, why he's being all run down, all that kind of stuff. You just kind of jumped into it, you're forced into it, slammed in your face. You're like, Batman doesn't kill, he doesn't do this, and Superman wouldn't snap someone's neck, but they just kind of jumped into it. There's just really no backstory to it. So
and everyone's mother's called Martha.
In Hollywood, it is important, the character arc, the story arcs. It's just, we're going to throw this at you, just accept it. It's not about building it up anymore. It used to be you had to tell a good story or people stopped watching your films. Now people will watch it and you can throw them right into whatever and they'll be like, oh, okay, I guess so. Like,
I think that's what DC they've proven loads of times before that they're standalone characters. I mean, let's face it, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, all that. Everyone's heard of them, and just make a standalone show between that. DC.
What do you reckon about that, Matt? What's your feelings on that? Because you've drawn these characters before.
It's when DC tried to play catch up with Marvel. Marvel took about 8 films before they did Avengers, whereas, we got Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman within, 2 films? And then they did Justice League quite after. And so I think it's the sort of thing, taking back to what one of you were just saying in terms of you throw anything and people eat it up. I don't necessarily agree with that, because I think the DC characters have shown that. It's sort of like, well, you're throwing all this stuff at us. You're not giving us a story. What? Like, whereas, Marvel took that time to do it, and they took the 10 years to build up to like Endgame, and, those films did really well, and you had the good characterization, blah, 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 blah. So I think at the core of them, you've got really good characters, but they've just been so mishandled by the studios. Whereas Marvel, it was interesting because when, Avengers, when they started out in 2008, were sort of like a B-list title. So they had a lot more flexibility and, Iron Man was a bit of a surprise. Whereas, you look at it, you come out of the gate with Superman and Batman. Well, you've had the Christopher Reeve films, you've had the Christopher Nolan ones, all the different takes on Batman and things like that. So, and they proved with Wonder Woman as well that you can, if you do focus more around the story and try to get it right, you can get there. Suicide Squad had problems. The latest Harley Quinn one was a mess. Like, it's just, but it's funny because then you go the other side and it's like DC animated films are done really, really well.
Oh, they are done really well. Do you watch the animated ones at all?
Only the Lego ones. Sorry about that.
I think
Only
they're good. Don't you sound like you like the Lego DC movies? I think they're good.
Yeah, I love the Lego DC DVDs, animations. I love all of those ones. I don't really watch any of the kind of regular animated ones anymore because I don't like some of the way the animation nowadays has gone. And that's why I don't know if I'll like Monkey Kid when it comes along, because I don't like that animation style. I like DC and I like Marvel, and I watch movies, but and I like DC TV shows as well, but not the animation nowadays. I like the older Batman and DC like Marvel as well. So I like those, especially Spider-Man, the old Spider-Man animation from the 80s.
Spider-Man.
Does whatever Spider
Kingpin,
Spider-Pig.
The Batman animated series, the TV one I grew up with, was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that,
I mean, has anyone seen the Killing Joke?
yeah,
I own that. Yeah,
well, the
I own
Killing
the
Joke.
DVD and the graphic novel for the Killing Joke.
But why the hell did they try and extend it for? The
Because
movie.
they needed another 45 minutes of runtime.
So you put Batman having a quickie on top of a roof.
Yeah.
What?
Because Batgirl is hot.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know why they were turning a graphic novel into a full-length animated thing, and I thought the graphic novel stood on its own.
Oh, the graphic novel was.
But you know how people are about reading nowadays. There's like kids nowadays don't want to read a graphic novel.
Yeah.
They have pictures. They want to watch the movie.
If you guys watch Watchmen, that does not imitate well onto television. Like, it's a great graphic novel. It's an absolute terrible movie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The graphic novel took me like a week to read. It's massive and it has loads of in-depth parts to it. And they just tried to throw it onto the screen. And there's some good actors in that, and it just didn't work.
It was a cash grab. It was a straight to DVD cash grab, is what it was. And that's the problem. Is what Matt was saying earlier. It's one of those cases where with DC, they wanted the success Marvel had. They wanted all of that without putting the work in. So instead of putting out 8 films like Marvel did, they're like, we want that, but we want it instantly without doing any work. So we're going to do 2 films, and you better like it because we told you to like it. It doesn't work.
To be honest, that's exactly what happened with Star Wars as well, though, because Disney did the same with their own other franchise.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, we bought it now, so we want this to be super successful, just like Marvel. Do it now.
Right. And Disney, they have kind of an ego where they're untouchable. They figure we can do anything with this franchise, and they will eat it up with a spoon and not ask questions. And we can put out 2 movies per year for the next 100 years, and we're laughing to the bank. When Star Wars fans like me, who grew up with it as a young child, like Star Wars, I watched it at age 5, and it changed my life when I saw Star Wars. It wasn't called A New Hope yet. It was just called Star Wars at that time.
Yeah.
When I saw that changed my life forever, and that was my childhood. They think that I'm just gonna go, okay, this is good, but they're dead wrong. And they saturate the market, and they give you subpar content, and then they tell you that you're gonna like it because
I think the biggest problem is with modern day Star Wars is that they made it too political. It's like, look, we've got a lead female. Look, we've got another lead female. Look, we've even got we got a stormtrooper. And guess what? He's definitely minority and all this kind of stuff. It's like,
what about Captain Plasma?
Yeah,
I mean, exactly.
It was all silliness. That was
Crafting Plasma.
I think we can all agree that there's certain characters that they've built up and just burn them down.
Kathleen Kennedy is trying to force her views on the audience, and I don't think that Star Wars is a platform for social.
No, it's not.
So Star Wars was never. It was always okay. So Kathleen Kennedy is against the idea of white men with all the lead roles being the top characters. Kathleen Kennedy thinks that it is bad for people, for our society in general. Star Wars was always inclusive, but it wasn't in your face. Like it didn't like take like we are multicultural and throw it in your face. It was in the fabric of the story.
I still remember one of her comments that she said that Star Wars is one of the shows that she sat back and she said that it never had any strong female characters. And I just kind of sat there and thought, you've clearly
well,
never watched Star Wars
never
because
watched
Princess Leia, she just she out and out shot people in the face. She was in the front line. She was a princess, you know, but she wasn't afraid to get. And you have Princess Amidala.
Princess Leia was a female too. That's a great character.
She was a strong, independent woman.
Princess Leia was the original hero from that film. She just happened to be the one that had to be.
She may have needed help getting out of the jail cell in the Death Star, but the rest of it, as soon as she was out of that jail cell,
she owned it.
Yeah, she owned it. She didn't need those guys anymore. She could have gunned her way out of the Death Star by herself, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, she basically did, didn't she? She shot the thing to get down into the trash compactors, like, and she's just there, like, go on, boys.
She was, and she just looked after the guys that she was with. But just I have interest. SaraStarBricks, just popping over to the Netherlands for a moment. What are you kind of into? Are you into Marvel, DC, Star Wars? What's kind of your thing, or maybe even Harry Potter? What's your thing that you're into?
Well, I wouldn't say that I necessarily have just one thing in general. I do like comic books overall, so I like Marvel, I like DC, I also like indie titles. Kind of like a little bit of everything when it comes to graphic novels. But Star Wars, I don't know the most about, the movies. It's something I'm definitely not an expert on, but I wouldn't have one thing in general. I kind of like everything.
Okay, well that's pretty cool. I'm always interested to know what people are into, their thing, and obviously it's good to have an interest in everything. Really, that's a pretty good way to be honest.
I like all kinds of things, Greg.
If you're into your superheroes, honestly, if you got Amazon Prime, go check out The Boys. I mean, it's a brilliant comic book. Sarah, you'll love the comic books, but anyone else into the TV series, go watch it. It is absolutely. It's not for kids. I've got to specify. It's not for kids. If you're underneath the age of 18, for God's sake, don't watch it, and don't say that I told you that you can watch it. But go check it out. Honestly, it's really, really
What
good.
did you say the title again? Sorry.
The Boys. It's called The Boys.
The Boys.
Yeah, it is absolutely.
Umbrella Academy on Netflix is great as well, which is another one.
Yeah, what's that called? The Umbrella one, wasn't it?
Umbrella Academy.
Yes,
It's really,
great. That is really good.
That reminds me of the Young Mutants. That does.
Yeah, it's basically what it is. It's a novel by Garth Ennis, I believe. The actual.
Yeah.
Great, really good.
Yeah.
I think the boys of Garth Ennis as well, actually.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And
I mean,
Simon Pegg was in the graphic novel, drawn as Simon Pegg, and then in this he plays his character is the dad of his character in the thing. Quite interesting.
I mean, the comic books is a little bit different to the to the TV series. They have changed it. Some people might say it's for the good. Some people might say it's for the better. But they're both the comic books and the TV series just bloody brilliant.
Yeah,
really
they don't seem to get it together properly for the films. Butchop, do you watch any TV shows at all about maybe?
I didn't know. I thought it doesn't say anything else in my script.
Hang on, Butchop, I'll send over a new one for you.
You want me to wing it? Usually I only go off script. I can't answer.
Come on, wing it. What comics were you into when you were growing up? That sort of thing. Was you X-Men, Mutants, Avengers, Hulk? I
liked, I did like X-Men as a kid. Who doesn't like Wolverine as a kid? I mean, he has adamantium claws coming out of his head. So, and there was an X-Men cartoon when I was a kid that had a really cool opening theme song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that in the background humming to that one.
And I love the X-Men comics. The X-Men TV show was amazing.
That was a cool show. They would blow up Sentinels, and Magneto was a cranky magnet man. I loved it.
Love Magneto.
And they had the arcade game, the 4-player arcade game with my favorite boss was nothing can stop the Blob. And I'm like, the best villain ever. This guy is called the Blob. He's a giant white man who jumps on me with his butt. I love it.
But you ever play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, which is basically the same, but you're the turtle?
Oh yeah, we played that all the time.
I think the Blob was based on a UK wrestler.
The UK wrestler, the Blob.
Little Turtles in Time, the arcade one, and it was so good.
But no, I also was into. My brother and I collected the Marvel G.I. Joe comics and Marvel Transformers comics in the 80s. Also, the Star Wars, the Marvel Star Wars comics, which is all we had. After Return of the Jedi, basically, and the two made-for-TV Ewok movies, Caravan of Courage and Battle for Endor, which me and my brother watched all the time. Those two made-for-TV movies. But after that, there was no more content. So there was actually a dark time in the 80s from about 85 until 96 where it was not cool to be into Star Wars. And there was no content for a Star Wars fan. So me and my brother still deeply rooted in the love of the lore and everything. We bought those Marvel comic books and read them, even no matter how ridiculous the storyline was as compared to like okay, they're reaching right now, but it's a comic book, it's for fun, right? And I didn't take it as necessarily canon. It was just the only thing you get your hands on until Timothy Zahn released Heir to the Empire, which was like that should have been the next trilogy that came out as movies. But for me anyway, the expanded universe I was into before the special editions came, and I even accepted the special editions. Even though they did George did
questionable things. Yeah.
He made some poor moves in there, making his movies better. And especially when he said the non-special editions will never be released again because I don't think they're as good. Wrong. You should still have those available.
See, I'm very, 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 very lucky that my missus kind of supported my kind of Star Wars obsession. I think it was about 10 years ago. Lucasfilm, should I say, as it was back at the time, released a tin version with two types of discs in it. So you had the original, unedited, undigitized, all that kind of stuff. I had nothing to do. It was the original cut and the special edition version of it.
Right.
Absolutely brilliant.
Super rare.
And now I need to buy a special DVD player, an old DVD player, just to play it because my PlayStation doesn't play it. It doesn't support the old style DVDs.
Right, and those are sought after because that is the only disc version besides Laserdisc of the actual untainted original.
Never done it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know what? Last night here in the cottage we're staying in, they've got Freeview TV, which basically means you haven't got any of the satellite or decent channels on it. And I put on a DVD of Harry Potter, which just happens to be around here, which one I've never seen actually, The Prison of Alcazar or something like that. That's the one, yeah. And it was such a faff putting a DVD on. It was honestly, back in the day, it's good tech. But one, it's quite a noisy DVD player. Two, I really noticed when the film stopped for like a second and then carry on. I was like, God, life's really got better not having any optical stuff. I mean, the sound was really good, but otherwise, I don't know. Really, it was all a bit of a nonsense. Really, give me a download any day in that respect. But
she lies.
Is that a special one, Darren?
Give me that.
That is the special edition one. This is the only form that you could buy the original the theatre version of it. This is the only one they've ever done in digital form. You cannot get that version anymore. You only get the digitally enhanced remastered version now.
It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows before Disney bought it.
No, I'm not saying that because I camped outside the theater for 6 nights and 5 days just to get tickets for the Phantom Menace and then go home for a week and come back for the 12:01 showing of the Phantom Menace. So I literally camped outside of a movie theater, just on the pavement with camping gear, and that was more fun than the movie. I went to the premiere at 12:01. I walked out and said, "What was that? That I just spent a week waiting in line. Like, we had a blast waiting in line." Then I went home, waited a week before the premiere, and I was super pumped the whole time and just high off the camping outside the movie theater. Like, the news was out there and local restaurants were sending us food to keep us alive. We just, like, a bunch of Star Wars fans partying literally in a parking lot.
That sounds like good times, man.
Loitering and legally loitering. And so, and then I watched the movie and I'm like, what What happened? No, it's a joke or something. I'll go watch it again. It'll grow on me, and then I'm like, oh.
I tell you what, I remember doing virtually the same thing, standing in queues for hours and then to go see the Phantom Menace. But I don't think I ever walked out of a theatre more disappointed than when I went to go watch episode 2. I came out of there like, what the bleeding hell was that?
When I saw that story as a kid, I just didn't understand the story. I was like, what's this trade embargo stuff all about?
It's not for kids. The whole trade embargo thing doesn't make sense as an adult because there's actually a video that breaks down that whole plot line, and it doesn't make any sense for Palpatine to do what he does and for the Trade Federation to do what they do, and they don't really. That's not what an embargo is. Like everything, it's all wrong. It's written. George Lucas basically wrote that in one draft, and all the people around him were yes men. So everything he did was perfect, and no one questioned anything. The reason the original trilogy is good is because other people came in and fixed it.
Apart from the first one,
other people rewrote stuff. They re-edited stuff because George Lucas, while he had a brilliant idea with Star Wars, didn't have the ability to make a wonderful movie by himself, and he had a lot of help on the original one.
Yeah.
So people don't realize
Irvin and Kirchner basically were the best things about the original trilogy.
Yeah, he had no one questioning any of his ideas for the prequels, and you can tell. The second movie is boring, and it's all over-the-shoulder shots like you use in a soap opera. All those shots, and all of it is green screened, so you can tell the characters don't know where they are because all they see is green. So they're told, well, this is where you are. Imagine a big, beautiful Coruscant penthouse, blah, blah. But if you don't see it, you don't know where you are.
I still remember to this day, this very day, sitting in the cinema, and you know when there's Anakin and Padme are sitting at their table and he's like force floating a peach or something like that over the table, and she just kind of pricks it with her fork and then bites in it. I remember sitting there and I just laughed at that scene.
Right.
It was in a quiet cinema and I just burst into tears. I was like, what the hell was that?
It was flexing.
His speech on sand, it goes down as one of the worst dialogues of any movie character ever. Him complaining about sand was the lamest dialogue.
And this is what makes me really laugh now. This is what actually makes me laugh is now Disney are making comic books going back to say, well, this is why, because obviously they've rewrote everything now, all their comic books. They've rewrote everything, and now they're going back saying, well, Anakin didn't like sand, so Darth Vader doesn't like sand, so that's why Luke is there. I was like, surely you could have come up with something a little bit better than a stupid dialogue.
You can try to backtrack and rationalize anything you want. But those were poorly written movies, and the lack of actual physical locations and the overuse of CGI hurt it so much because those characters look like they're in a warehouse in LA, and that's where they are, in a warehouse in LA with the green screen around them. There's no atmosphere, there's no emotion.
No.
Yeah, there is
a character. Anakin should be the most likable character in Star Wars. But there is not a version of Anakin besides Sebastian Shaw at the end of Return of the Jedi, which is now taken out. Well, he's not taken out, but he's not even the Force Ghost at the end. Sebastian Shaw was the only version of Anakin I ever liked. The ones in the prequels, I couldn't stand him. I couldn't stand him.
I think the Clone Wars done a good job at flushing them out a bit better, but you shouldn't have to sit there and watch a whole nother show to kind of like, oh, he's actually pretty cool.
He's literally the best character. He should be the best character in the trilogy because he has the longest story arc. He goes from a young Jedi to a Sith Lord, like the biggest Sith in the galaxy, and you're gonna tell me that when his character is unlikable through the whole thing? No, come on, dude. You only good I liked him was when he was dying. That's not how I want my characters. I don't want to have to wait till my character dies off to like him.
I tell you what, folks. If there's one thing that the prequels taught us is that, thank goodness, we've got the Mandalorian, who's got real, they've got real proper sets that they work from. They've got proper props that they work from, and it just goes to show you what actors, what could have been. Back in the day, I suppose. But we have an update, don't we, Derek?
Yes, we have an update. So thank you very much to everyone. Thank you, our Teasers Live, for posting it in there. £366. Everyone, that is absolutely amazing. I could just give you big kisses over here.
For sure.
That
And
is truly amazing.
Roadrunner put the link in the chat again. Thanks, Roadrunner.
Please, anyone, even if you're not typing in the chat, please just go over there.
Right.
Yeah, whatever you can.
Yeah, please do, folks. This is important because we want to kind of make, you know, without putting too much emphasis on stuff and over blowing it up or anything like that. At the end of the day, right, what this charity does, right, it goes with Lego and it makes people's lives just for a few moments a little bit nicer. You know, because these are all people that are in a bad state. No one wants to be in hospital, let alone kids. I mean, it's the worst scenario, isn't it? Your child's in the hospital, and the ethos of this company is just to make their lives that little bit more pleasant. And I tell you, it's that's sick children as well. So let's help make sick children's lives that little bit better for a few wee moment, folks. And if you can afford to donate to this brilliant GoFundMe page, you will find the details here in the chat that Roadrunner's just popped in there. And also, if you're watching this a little bit later on after we've completed the stream, you know, check out the description below, and you'll see it down there.
All I can say is I imagine how much fun all of us here in the chat, in the panel, have with Lego, building Lego. Now imagine how much fun that is to a kid stuck in a hospital bed day in, day out with nothing else to do. And this company is giving this stuff.
I'm going to rebuy the sets that they're not speed champions, because I don't think you've had as much.
No, aside from speed champions, for God's sake, buy them ideas or something like that where there's no goddamn stickers about
putting stickers on in bed. Putting stickers on in bed is not fun. Do not make these kids put stickers on in bed.
No.
Can I just say something? And they're not trying to be grim, but my father, before he passed, he had chemo and all that stuff. And just so everyone, like, think about this. Some of the treatments these kids are going through are worse than the actual disease. They make you feel worse than the actual disease that they're being treated for. Just imagine being in there and feeling sick and miserable. And you're a little kid. You should never have to go. No one should have to go through it, especially a young child. Like, what a way to like make them jaded and bitter at a young age than to have to go through these horrible treatments that make you feel just terrible. And maybe it brings just a spark of happiness, you know, to build a Lego, play with, to say, hey, these sets, we want you to enjoy these, play with these. We know you don't feel good. We want you to get better soon. And, you know, you be creative, have some fun, use your imagination. This is going to be over, you know, and we can get past this. And that Lego would bring, I know it would bring me a lot of joy if I was in a lot of pain and suffering, especially as a child who, you know, I don't wish that on my worst enemy, let alone a small child. And then for someone to steal these toys, literally steal toys from a baby. Come on, guys. I don't want to pressure anyone to say, you know, go donate, because I know it's hard. I'm poor too. Everybody's got rough times, but even a little bit, if we could get to 400 pounds, today, even in the next hour, that'd be awesome. And I will send out you a tote emblazoned in brown, and you'll be a PBS member, public broadcasting. We do these in America. They have public television, and they have to do the fundraisers, and they give you free token. And they say they have if you enjoy content like Are You Being Served, or what other British, they play a lot of BBC stuff on there. That's why I support public television. Are You Being Served and Faulty Towers and Doctor Who and the young ones. If you enjoy this content, make sure you don't. But we could get to 400 pounds easily without, even if you just everyone went and gave a buck, gave a pound, drop a pound off at the GoFundMe. Go ahead and drop. Sounds gross, but go drop a pound. And or whatever. We'll drop it.
So it sounds like you're bricking it or something. But no, you're absolutely spot on there, Buckshot. It is, you know what, folks? It's a few pennies, a few pounds. When you put it all together, it makes for big bucks, and that's the main thing. And that, you know, bring a smile to a child's face. That's what life's all about, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So I think there we can start, maybe slowing down a little bit, folks, maybe parking up, putting our sensors on, our reverse lights, and park up this what has been an absolute epic stream. I've never had so many people on a stream before. I tell you, there's about 9 or 10 of us on earlier on, folks. And Bricklicker just out there at the moment. He's saying, thanks everyone for donating. Your support is amazing. No, thank you for the brilliant idea, Bricklicker. Honestly, it's
thank you for setting that up.
it is the stuff of legends.
And the quickness of setting that up. I mean, I'm sure someone would have got it done, but thank you for jumping up to the bat and doing it right away. You didn't even wait. You didn't wait for someone to suggest it. You said, let's do this, and you did it right away. And that's really what matters, is because the sooner you get this taken care of, the sooner, those bad people can, they don't deserve to, I hope they don't feel like they succeeded, because what they did, they should, I can't imagine not feeling like a bag of crap, with yourself. How can you not have a conscience? How can you not feel bad for being so evil? So let's do the opposite of the evil and bring so much joy and happiness that people literally are just beside themselves with joy and happiness, because that's the only thing to retaliate against evil.
Indeed. Wise words, my friend. Wise words, they really are. So, okay. So how we normally park these streams is I just kind of go around and ask my panel what they're up to, what sort of stuff they're building, perhaps, or maybe what they're doing in the next following week, or what brilliant content can we look forward to, folks. So let's start with my good friend Cy O'Connor. Cy, what have you got coming up on the Cy O'Connor channel in the next week or so, my friend?
Okay, guys, I've gotten my hands on some new magazines, so they'll be reviewed. As I said, I've got the new sets from some of the new sets from Inside and some of the new sets from Minions. And then next week, only for August 1st, so exciting. That's it.
All right. Well, that sounds good stuff. So we'll look forward to that, my friend. Especially those magazines. I do like your magazine reviews. They're very cool. Now, the lovely SaraStarBricks. SaraStarBricks, what have you got coming up from you? I get a sense there might be some streams coming up from you in the coming week.
Yes, Greg, there probably will be. I'm still trying to do Mondays and Thursdays. So every Monday, Thursday, you should be able to find me around the same time, same place.
That's fantastic.
And yeah, I have. I'm going to be finishing on the Stranger Things Upside Down here, which I've gotten a lot of progress on tonight. So that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
And
that's looking really
some Harry
good.
Potter reviews too in the future. So please look out for those as well.
Fantastic. Sarah, what's your favorite figure out of the 4 that I can see there? Who's your favorite one so far?
I mean, my favorite is probably going to be the Dustin one, but that's in the next bag. And I guess probably, my favorite out of these ones is probably Hopper, but I also like the Joyce.
Yeah.
Hopper's
I don't
amazing.
know, the Hopper is cool.
So basically, all of them then.
I like his truck. That looks like a pretty decent set, actually. Just the truck alone.
That printed
I can't
piece
wait.
Joyce has is amazing. That's actually his drawing from the film. That's good.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Stranger
I
Things.
can't wait to build this.
Chris, we need to get that Stranger Things set.
Yeah, I do. It's just so expensive. It's a cool set though.
Yeah, it's cool. Maybe a double VIP point weekend or something like that, folks. Who knows? But if you've built the Strangers set, let us know what it's like. Leave a comment below, folks. Always good to hear from you, especially after the show as well. If you're watching this, stick a comment in there, so get that conversation going. So Solo Brick Builder, I get a sense. I'm getting a sense it begins with S and ends in S as well. Speed Champions, by any chance, coming up from you this week?
No. It's the straight answer. I've had enough of the bloody things at the moment. No Speed Champions. Going to go back to because there was obviously supposed to be one that went up yesterday, but I changed that to for the video I'd done yesterday. So I probably will publish a Speed Champion video that I've got on YouTube already, but then I'm going to go back to a few other sets that I've got lurking around over there in the backlog, ready to go. And I'm going to have to see how I feel on Wednesday, whether I stream or not, because I was pretty shattered this Wednesday. And also with Family Bricks as well, but I'll let him announce his one. I'll be over there tomorrow with him as well. So yeah, a few bits of bobs here scattered here, there, and everywhere. But
that's all right. We like bits and bobs. Anyway, so over to Chris. Chris, I think you've got some good stuff coming up. As always, of course, your content is super cool. I'm loving all the new camera angles and stuff like that, and all. I especially enjoyed actually your 20th anniversary figure. Comparison that you did. I especially like that. And I tell you what, mate, I've got to say, right at the end of it, I asked a question on it, and you just about squeezed it in, whereby if you could have a 20th anniversary figure that wasn't actually on any of them, and I think you chose probably the best one. I think Boba Fett. Why did they never do a Boba Fett? Very strange.
I think they could have literally done that entire 20th anniversary as all the ones from that Cloud City set, and that would have made people very, very happy.
Yeah, I think you're right there. So, but anyway, so what we got coming up from you?
Yeah, so this week I'm actually reviewing 2 older SpongeBob sets. So I've got one of them here. I think it's called Good Neighbors at Bikini Bottom, and I've got that one that I was showing off earlier, that Glove World one. So yeah, I'm doing some older sets, which will be pretty cool. And other than that, it'll just be my regular ones. So I've got another CMF haul series of a new set that I managed to pick up, and and obviously city updates and things like that. So, yeah, all good. Lots of content as usual.
Good stuff, mate. The content is king, and you are very much the king at the moment. So good stuff. So, Mr. Elder, is that a Boba Fett that I see before me?
Yes, it is. Tomorrow night, my stream at 8 o'clock is going to be purely Star Wars. So everyone on the panel there, fully into their Star Wars. So it's going to be one of those ones where it's just all talking everything Star Wars. So if you don't like Star Wars, it might not be the stream for you. But if you do, then it will be. And then the following Saturday, I'm probably going to be doing something similar to where Kevin does his drawing one. So I'll just be doing... just be there and drawing whatever people suggest. I'll probably be doing it, I will be doing it out on traditional pencil and paper and things like that. So hopefully come along to that. And
it's a great idea. I got to say, Matt, I was in a few of the streams over the last weekend, folks, obviously the 72-hour stream. And I've got to say, I 100% enjoyed doing your Pictionary one, mate. That was very good fun.
That was a lot of fun, that was.
Yeah. Incredibly original. I completely enjoy it. I loved doing. I mean, to be honest, a half hour, you wouldn't really want to do much more than half hour because it's so crazy. But it was a really enjoyable, crazy half an hour. And I hope,
awesome.
Yeah, I hope you do it again next year, Matt, because I thoroughly enjoyed that. And so actually, just interesting. That's good. That's good going, folks. So we've got. Hopefully solo on Wednesday. We've got lovely SaraStarBricks on Thursday. You've got me on Friday, and then on Saturday you got Matt. So it's all we need to do is just get some other YouTubers to join in on the other days, and then we've got a whole week's worth of who needs TV anymore, folks. It's brilliant, but no, loving that. What about anyway? The man behind the 2020. 72-hour community live stream, Butt Chop. Anything coming out from you, mate, or are you building anything?
You guys pretty much have as far of a heads up as I have on what's coming up. There's one thing I can tell you. I am going to be doing. I have a sealed set from 1996. I'm going to be doing a very brief and enjoyable review of that. That will be about a Cy Connor length video. So stay tuned for that. It'll be a quick snack in between meals. So in between the streams, quick snack in between streams. And otherwise, I randomly live stream. And depending on my mental status, I try to do what I can. I try to support other people as much as I can. So I do watch a lot of content, and I do join in live streams with all the great people. I try to be there to back them up and fill in the gaps if they don't have anything to say. I can talk for hours about nothing. So, but I'm never lost for words. Unfortunately, sometimes that's not good. But my content has dwindled. I'm not really. I don't have anything scheduled. I don't do anything regular. I pretty much don't do hauls or reviews. So, don't really do those. But I do like to play Lego with my friends. So we'll try to keep content coming. As far as maybe I'll do some more like some showcases on some of the mocks or modifications that I work on, because I do build a lot. I just don't show it off ever. I never show it off. So a lot of people like to flex, and I'm one of those people that I don't flex. And so people are like, "Oh, I didn't realize you could build." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I can build. I just don't feel the need to make you know. I don't have to let everyone know that. That's not I'm not after that. You know what I mean? So we can all build. And it's all great. Whatever you create with your imagination and your mind and your creative, you know, your core inside of you that wants to be a kid that society tried to steal from you, let that flow and build. And there is no bad mock. The only bad mock is a non-mock. And the only bad set is a set that's not loved by someone. So just keep building, and don't let anyone stop you. And don't let people like these robbers stop Lego from being a positive influence on society, because society needs as much positivity as it can get right now. We're at a low point in the human timeline. We're not doing hot, and it's hurting people in a lot of ways. People's mental illness and stability is off kilter. We need Lego as a therapy and as a way to share love with each other and show support, and let our brothers and sisters know that we're here for them no matter what happens. I mean, the apocalypse could happen, and I'm there for you. We will go and we will put on shoulder pads with spikes and fight for gasoline in the desert, guys.
Good shout, my friend. Good shout.
Greg, sorry, just before
I
don't mean to steal your thunder, but I think everyone here, can we just take a moment to give Butt Chop a hand for organizing this 72-hour stream? I know that's hurting cats and everything, but
thank you. But someone else will.
Butt Chop. I for one can't wait for 2021. I really can't. Give us the heads up when we're booking again.
That's the year of the box.
Yeah, man.
Just got to answer a quick question. I know.
The Chinese New Year 2021 is the year of the butt.
Good stuff.
Woo!
The nearer the better. Sorry, Dan, what was you going to say, mate?
I was just going to say, there's a person in the chat just saying, I'm everyday vlog biggest fan. She's just asking what the charity was for. I can see Bricklink's already answered it.
Yeah, Bricklink's already answered it.
It was just for the Brick Fair. Brick Fair is bricks. They got broken into. It's a charity in the UK. Please check out the link below. And just donate whatever you can, if you can, please.
Right.
That was it.
Yeah, please do. Anyone watching this back at any time or watching it now, in fact, there's still 30 of you out there watching this, which is fabulous. Please do check the description below. There you'll find the link to GoFundMe for Brick Clicker, and from that point, we can hopefully bring some smiles to some kiddies' faces. So coming up from London Bridge Bricks. On Monday, I'm going to Monday or Tuesday, I'll get a speed build out. But coming up, hopefully tomorrow, if all goes well, folks, because I'm kind of on holiday as well, I'm going to get my first vlog out, actually. And it's going to all be about my experience of going shopping to London's Leicester Square store, probably about a week ago now that was. So that'll be coming out. And then next week, of course, there'll be the odd review coming out as well. And as always, folks, next week, 7:30 UK time, London Calling coming out again. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you to everyone in the panel for joining us tonight, including Derek from Pop Shop Blocks, who came along earlier on, and Titanium J52. That was lovely to have you both in, as always, folks. So it's good to have them. But of course, the most important people out there, of course, is you lovely people out there in Chatland, the likes of Simon Moss, Deppy Shep Bricks. Good to see you, Deppy Shep. It's really nice to have you here. Mrs. Brick in it, and of course Lorraine Fox and all the rest of the O'Connor family. It was great to have you here.
Yeah,
it really is. Honestly, a tease for life is a massive breath of fresh air.
Right.
The Lego Porg, good to have you here. The Lego Porg, Take Carb Studios, who I believe is going to be doing another charity stream in the next week or so. Please do check out Take Carb Studios, and please do check out Brick Clicker as well, folks. Details of his awesome channel can be found in the description below, along with Raptus of Dathmore. Thank you for being there for us. Brixo Studios as well. Thank you for being there as well. And of course, everyone else out there. I've really, really enjoyed this evening. It's felt very strange doing it in a completely different room in a completely different part of England. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really have. And just remember, folks, keep your hands clean, keep calm, keep building. And Lego is a wonderful thing. And so are every single one of you beautiful people too. Have a top weekend, folks.
Yeah.
See you again soon. Bye for now.
Thanks,